Okay. Hello and welcome to the Lega Pauper Lipsia Gameday 7. My name is Philip and with me as always the micro synth Moritz. How are you
Ooh,
doing?
yes, I'm getting new names again. Last time you teased me that I will always be Modes from now on, but this time I'm micro synth.
Yeah, the thing that turns everything into artifacts.
Is that proper legal?
I doubt it, but nevertheless epic for our Christmas special.
Okay.
Also for our Christmas special, I'm wearing a Christmas hat today, Moritz. You do as well?
Yes, of course. I mean, how can you record a Christmas episode without a Christmas hat, right?
Yes. We want to deliver the spirit of Christmas to all of you. And yes, in all seriousness, wish you some nice days. And I hope you can all enjoy these games during your free time.
Yeah, so regarding the games, this is of course game day number 7 from our Lega Pauper Lipsia. As always, table number 1. So as this is match number 1, these people are still undefeated. And yeah, here we have on the left Felix on Elves, and on the right we have Richard on Giant Wildfire.
Wow. Is that the Leipzig Felix and the Leipzig Richard?
No. I mean, it's not, at least, I don't know if they are also in a larger part of the Leipzig community, but these are at least not the regular Felix or Richards that we often see around.
Okay. I'm looking forward to see them both play. I think I have not seen either of them play. I also think I have not met them yet. And I'm also looking forward to the matchup, which gets started with Gingerbread Cabin on the elf side.
Yeah, that's nice. That's kind of a recent addition, I would say, because the meta is now getting very burn heavy. So having a tap land in elves, of course, is never a good idea. But if it has the ability to make a food that makes you survive certain bad matchups, then maybe that's a good idea.
So yeah, for this game, the utility is lost, I think. And we see a delayed Llanowar elf. So it looks like this was also the only land they kept. There must be a loaded hand with action.
Yes, and it was already a mulligan to 6, I think. That's why the hand, maybe he was a little conservative with doing another mulligan. And you said that no utility gained, but I would disagree because you can bounce it with Quirion. So
True. Oh yeah. I thought, I didn't think past a lot of things here. Yes, you're right.
so in a grindy game, this might get bounced and reused. I highly doubt it regarding like the land drops, because the Gingerbread Cabin comes in untapped only if you control, I think, 3 or more forests. And with a missed land drop now, that is far in the future, I would say.
No, just concerning Gingerbread Cabin, I find it a very fancy tech, to be honest, for that reason. But hopefully we will get proven otherwise. It seems like a very, very, very marginal upside on the land in the 13 land deck. But let's see. Maybe they can get it to 4 lands. Sorry, what were you about to say?
I was about to say that Giant Wildfire had the perfect turn 2 play, wildfiring your own land, that is. And I'm not sure if I agree with the Gingerbread Cabin thing, because it's like, I think it's quite nice. You play a one-off, and of course, as with every one-off, you see it way too often in your starting hand. But if it makes you survive in the burn meta and you still want to play elves, then I think that's a good idea.
Also, what I heard from discussing it earlier today with Luca, who is also flirting with Elves. If you play the Elves version that also splashes blue for Blue Blast and for I don't know what else, but definitely like 4 or 6 Blue Blast or whatever, you board out Priest of Titania apparently against Burn, and I think in those scenarios the land drops become more important, and so maybe you get there also easier. Whereas I've seen a lot of Elves games that just never get even close to 4 lands, even in an optimal way of things. But here I think is Felix on Elves or Richard, because I cannot see the names.
Yeah, Felix.
So Felix, I think, is kind of suffering quite some tempo loss because of this gingerbread and no second land drop start. Which, I mean, they were at least on the play, but I think they're at least one turn slower than they would hope to be. Chrysalis is already here, and they have now this kind of, turn 3 situation where they want to get started and use turn 4 to explode the board. So let's see what Jund can achieve tempo-wise when they start defending with a Chrysalis already in play before losing any life.
Yeah, I think the turn 1 play, as you said, and then no land drop to follow through and stuff. I think with Elves, that's very, very slow. The Jund hand, I think, consists of lands, an Ichor Wellspring, and 2 draw spells. So I think the next...
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect. The next... And the Chrysalis has
all
already
you want,
kind of
right?
stabilized the board, so...
It's all set up.
Yeah, but there's also no
Couldn't
real
be any
threat,
better.
right? So the Elves player, the only threat right now is mana. And so with this mana, the threat that you can play from hand, of course, is an emblem or a large Hydra. These are the only threats you can deploy immediately. Otherwise, you have to wait for your Timberwatch to be around for 1 extra turn. So it's not summoning sick anymore. But of course,
this turn is actually huge now with the Quirion.
Yeah, the only bummer is that you only have 1 forest that you want to bounce right now on the battlefield. So you can
He could even play like tap Priest for 4 mana, play another Quirion, untap Priest again, tap it for 5. So like they could play like not 1 threat here, but like 3 or even more.
You do make yourself very vulnerable right now to a KCS that is played mainboard for as a 3-off oftentimes in Jund. But I think that's always the problem with the Elf. But if you now have basically deployed all of your draw spells and then you like spit everything onto the board, I think there's the possibility of just being a huge blowout.
But there's also the potential of this being kind of lethal next turn. Like at least if you put a Hydra in the mix.
I'm not so sure if for a proper lethal, I would have just deployed both Timber Watches.
Yeah, I also thought that. But maybe there's some... Yeah, maybe the end is kind of the backup plan. If KCS comes, this Chrissy is a 4-5, then you can at least hit with the 5-7.
Yeah, that's true. So here, of course, Richard playing the Wellspring, keeping open black and red mana. So I think, he exactly knows what he's looking for right now. So probably a draw spell on the Wellspring, keeping open the red for the possibility of playing a KCS if he finds it. But as I know from Jund, you have all the answers, but you will never find them. So.
And then depending who you play against, they always have it, right?
Exactly. It's already kind of off that the Elves player didn't, Avenging Hunter on turn 3, so.
But I like it. Maybe this whole keep of them Felix kind of had at least this turn 4 scripted in head, in an ideal scenario, of course, but maybe this hand was so juicy that they just thought, okay, on the play, to lead them Stampede, I will get there. And they kind of got there. I mean, if Richard has no KCS, this turn will hurt. The next turn will hurt a lot.
Yes, for sure. So let's see. Cast down. Yeah, I think with only tapped lands in hand or colorless lands, I think even digging right now doesn't even make too much sense because there's no, at least I don't have the list open right now, but I don't think there's a snuff out. So.
But I think this is even lethal without a second Timber Watch. Like, especially with the spawns gone now. If Felix just taps Priest to deploy all the rest Elves in hand, this Timber Watch already, it pumps for 6 right now. Maybe goes up to +8, and that's 3 activations. There will be an unblocked creature. If Junt is tapped out, I think this is kind of game.
Yep, you can only imagine that. Imagine the frustration of a Junt player.
Yeah, you love it, and then people tell you, oh, it's such a great matchup. Oh, yeah, you got KCS. Oh, what could happen? And then you're dead.
And even with
it gets better. Sorry.
Very slow start, right?
Yeah, but it gets better for Junt after boarding is at least what I think, but then depending on the elf build, they could also bring in some really nasty cards. Namely Masked Vandal, I think is always insane. And I think the whole matchup revolves a lot around the draw spells. I mean, here the board looks incredible, but I think these 2 early Lead the Stampede that both hit like 3 creatures or something, this is something that Junt just can't answer. Like, you could play Duress and try to turn 1, get it out of hand, but otherwise you have no answer to the draw spells. And if they overpower you, I have the feeling you can do nothing.
Yeah, and the Junt player realizes that, scoops, because it's like, yeah, there's only one blocker, too many attackers, too many untaps from the Quirion for the Timber Watch. So that was match number 1, round number 1, game number 1, rather. And from the Junt perspective, I also find it very frustrating oftentimes because people keep telling you, yeah, you have Breath Weapon, you have KCS. And I think the largest or the best thing that happens post board is that you're informed. I think it shapes
concerning the mulligans, you mean?
Yes, exactly. It shapes so much of your mulligans that because as a Junt player, keeping like game 1 unknown, you just keep like a development hand, right? But against elves, there's like a pretty fair probability that you take a somewhat development hand if you know you can play Breath Weapon on turn 3, for example. Or like a little less development, but you have at least a KCS in the starting hand and an Ichor Wellspring that you can sack almost for free, basically. So.
Okay, do you want to hear the spice from the sideboards?
Yes.
Okay, so we got Elves with 4 Masked Vandal main. Kind of looks like the stock build, 13 lands, including Gingerbread Cabin. In the side, we have 3 Fairy Macabre. I think there's nothing. Nylea's Disciple does nothing. Viridian Longbow, not for this matchup. Vitu-Ghazi Inspector, not for this matchup. But 2 You Meet in a Tavern. I don't know, are you familiar with this card? I think it's amazing.
No, please enlighten me.
It's a 4-mana sorcery. Choose 1, look at the top 5. I think it's basically Lead the Stampede. One mode is Lead the Stampede. And the other one is creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. So you pay 1 mana more for your draw spell, but it's like a dual card that can also turn into like a overrun effect. +2, no trample, but +2/+2. And I think this should be really nice here.
But sorcery speed, though.
Yeah, but like imagine on the last turn's board, if you don't have if you don't have the Timber Watch, you can just turn every random 1/1 into damage. And it's also a modal spell. So like you can also just, the fallback is always just you pay 1 mana more for Lead the Stampede. And I think Lead the Stampede, as I said, is the best card in the matchup. So you just go up to 10 draw spells. And every now and then this can win the game.
Okay, what do you throw out?
There's 2 Well-Wisher in the lane. So I think that's quite easy. And the rest is the Elves engine. And then on the Jan side, we have 3 KCS, 2 Gixian main, 1 Hydra main, 2 Toxin main. Okay, so we already got the sweet package, 21 lands, and then the side, 2 Breath Weapon, 3 Duress. I don't know, you could put it in. I don't know if it's really smart. Extract a Confession if you really want to double down on removal on the big creatures. Heritage Reclamation, I think, could come handy against the Hydras. And then Troublemaker Oof also for Hydras. And I don't know if you want life gain here. I think you can't, right?
No. It's when the Elves have lethal in this matchup, I think it's almost always turbo lethal. So yeah.
Okay, so I would assume, Breath Weapon, Heritage Reclamation, and Troublemaker Oof. And then what do you think of Duress?
Is there one more spell bomb in the sideboard?
Yes.
Because that I would also take in.
Against just Masked Vandal?
Yes, you desperately need to protect your lands, and in worst case, it's more fodder for the KCS. That also cantrips.
Beautiful. That's just, you just laid out the Junt mentality from top to bottom. Does it draw a card? Okay, I take it.
Exactly, yeah.
Does it have any upside on me drawing 1 card? Okay, I take it.
I love this deck.
No, I get it, yeah. Did you play it on this Lega stage?
Actually, no. I tried something different because of, I wouldn't even say logistics. I would say I was meta gaming, but not the meta being the actual like pauper meta, but the meta being the meta of a local game day. That is, I don't want to run into any draws, and I cannot expect, I think, everyone, including myself, to play at a reasonable pace, and I don't want to like just rush from overtime to overtime. So instead, I just opted for something very red.
But that's not a meta call, but a like a logistics call.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It's like
a physics.
Yeah, meta not in the sense of the actual like pauper meta, but meta in the sense of I'm choosing a deck based on how these tournaments usually go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, logistics call. Let's call it logistics call.
And how did you like the positioning of it? Because I remember, I chose something that's good or decent against White, Elves, Corgates, Blue Terror, and Burn.
Mm-hmm.
And you must have also had that in mind, right? These decks?
Yes, and the Blue Terror basically I just try to disregard because there are some in our local meta, but I was under the impression that this game day will probably be overrun by red players and by elves, like disproportionately many, and that's why I just went with Red Madness, because it's in the red meta. I mean, yeah, of course, it's not in the mirrors. It's maybe not the best, but it's a deck that can kill on turn 4, and against the decks with small creatures, I just put in more anti-festivities into the sideboard.
And funnily, today, like I would have also predicted that not too many Blue Terror come, but I looked at the at the stats. And if you combine Blue Terror and Blue Delver, which to me basically still is the same deck, it was the most played deck of the league day.
Wow, I don't know, that's surprising, no?
But only one managed to top 16. So apparently they also ran into a brick of Elves, mono white, core gates, all this nonsense.
By the way, we're
Okay.
seeing both players mulliganing a lot right now.
And also they're taking their their dear time. I wonder how long this match will go.
I think, yeah, Junt is now on 5, and I think Elves is now also down to 5. But in the Junt hand, I have seen at least plenty lands, a Wellspring, and a cast down. And I think a well-targeted cast down can stop an Elves player, in at least
Especially
for
a
one or two
mulligan.
turns. Yeah.
Mulligan Elves player, yeah.
And let's see.
I think the issue is that both decks mulligan, I think, really well because they can restock their hands. They just need to get going. But Elves, even more so than Junt Wildfire. Like the draw engine of Elves is even better than Junt's.
And I just want to comment on the Junt player bottoming, I think, 2 lands. And I hope it goes for them differently than for me, because even while keeping some some draw artifacts, there are times where without a proper draw spell, you are not finding your lands. And it had severe trauma on me when I kept a hand, bottomed one land, and I couldn't find another one in the top 7 or 8 cards.
Yeah. You play kind of the most lands of the format, but experience I also had a lot with the deck. And then again, I think the lands in Junt are better than in any other deck, so it's usually really fine with just keeping 3 lands and 2 cards and not taking the risk of never finding the 3rd or the 4th.
Okay, Phil, we're gaming again.
Let's see whether there's turn 2 Masked Vandal. But you also need
Generous End.
Generous End, but I know from Jakob that he likes to bait people into killing his creatures so he gets Masked Vandal online. I like that a lot.
Ooh, Junt is... Oh, that's exactly what you want to see. You now have a draw spell, you have a cast down, you have a KCS. So you have a lot of options.
But no 3rd land.
Yeah, of course not.
Let's see how good this hand is next turn.
But yeah, here you could even... Let's see. Oh, I have to... I'll move the match thingy so we see the live counter. Of course, you would like to draw naturally an additional land here, because you need to make your land drop. And the Elves player, now this is really dangerous, because the Elves player on the next turn has enough mana for an Avenging Hunter. And as a Junt player, this is exactly what you don't want to be in the situation in. Like the Elves player probably will always present enough mana to cast a powerful 5 or 6 mana spell that can totally outpace Junt in the first few turns. And Junt has to be really careful. Like, of course you have to make your land drops, but there, I think, could have also been an argument to cast down the Priest of Titania or to play the KCS out.
Yeah, I was wondering, and I wanted to ask you, do you prioritize disrupting their mana? Because with the blue decks, I usually tend to not do it, because I can control the stack, prevent the draw spells, which for me are the even bigger targets than the initiative. Because if he would have cast down here, at least in this situation, it would have not gained so much.
Yeah, exactly. But if the Elf player would have had a Hunter in hand, it would almost be over.
You think so?
Nah, okay, I'm exaggerating because he has a cast down in hand, but if the cast down makes it maybe more contextual, so the cast down is insurance against the hunter beatdown.
But this is sick now, right? Like, okay, they got 3 mana up, but only 1 card in hand, and KCS can blow up the whole board.
Yes, and they make the land drops. So
wait, this is the second land drop this turn.
No.
They had no Wildfire, and last turn they played their third land.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's the average stunt experience, no?
It's also turning into the average. Oh, they let them untap with the mana. Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah, I thought maybe
it's also the average Lega experience at this point. I have the feeling people that just do the like basic technical errors and get away with it.
Yeah, and also not cracking the map on the KCS.
I mean, you want to blow up the Timberwatch anyways.
I mean, if you wipe the complete board and keep your KCS alive, then the single Timberwatch can, I don't know, can stay in the woods by themselves, you know.
You would have also popped this Krag last turn, right?
I would have mapped onto it and then cracked it.
Yeah. But like not let this 11 mana situation, 12 mana situation happen.
Yeah, that's of course... protecting the Timberwatch is also an interesting
Yeah,
take.
and that's the next problem. Now the Timberwatch is not summoning sick anymore. So it can protect itself.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny because now with the KCS, you're right. Like, you have to put 2 activations to kill the Timberwatch, but the KCS dies before the Timberwatch. So you will always just let the first one resolve from the KCS.
Yeah.
The KCS dies, then you protect your Timberwatch. So...
Oh, this is huge. I mean, if they just activated last turn, it's now 3 Forest and a Hydra in hand. Now it's like a real menace.
You have to put 3 activations in and then it works. But no,
Why?
it will just tap in response. I think either way, as a Jund player, you don't have the resources to put in so much. Because I was just thinking if the first one resolves,
that's fine at this
no
point,
elves. But
I mean, they got the cast down. Wait, what?
Ooh. Okay, let's all the damage resolve.
Okay, so I think Richard is lucky that Felix didn't see that they can activate the Timberwatch in response on itself.
Yeah.
To make it itself survive. So now cast down can actually chop this Hydra down.
Yeah.
Wow, this is like the bizarre outcome actually.
There are so many things that happened right there. Yeah, but I think usually you activate, like, as soon as the Jund player passes priority, you activate the Timberwatch on itself. So it would theoretically force the Jund player to put 2 more artifacts into the sacrifice, which the Jund player can never afford.
No, I think you let just the first trigger resolve.
No, I thought about it.
And then when case...
But then the elves are also gone.
What?
So all your board gets cleared basically. So the +X is only +1/+1. So of course, if the Jund player puts only 2 artifacts in, then the Timberwatch can survive because I think it counts itself. Or does it say other elves?
It counts itself.
Okay, then it works like that. But I was also thinking that it only pumps for 1. So if the Jund player proactively puts 3 into it, yeah, but I think it doesn't matter. Like the Jund player, it's very telegraphed, so there can be no surprises basically.
Yeah, but I mean, you could also I think in this scenario, you could also let them activate twice the Krag, then just activate the Timberwatch and force them to sack 2 lands.
Exactly.
Which is a fair trade, I think, for a Timberwatch. Yeah, because... Yeah,
Okay.
that's the best you can get out of it.
And this is now the moment where it's basically over for Elves. Because there are 2 breath weapons in the hand of Junt. It's only 3 they have only 3 mana. They now need to top deck a draw spell, and Junt has so much value already. There's like another draw spell in the graveyard. There's like artifacts on the board. There's like a bunch of mana, so.
Could you fast forward until we see Elves top deck either a Hunter or a draw spell? Because I think now we're just going to watch Junt do his Junt. And
yes, that's
it's
true.
Llanowar Elves on the other side. I mean, you don't have to do hyper fast, but.
Yeah, and as an Elves player, I would say this is the moment where you assess your options and you maybe wait for 1 or 2 draws to find a draw spell and then just concede and go to the next, because you're on the play and the probability of you winning on the play is higher than winning this game and potentially going to overtime.
I mean, it's hard to script. Every line that wins for Elves in this position begins with, if Junt has nothing in hand or only 1 piece, and then you can start thinking of dreamy scenarios of draw spells doing this and this and this, but the development state of Junt is, if they don't, even if they had no breath weapon in hand, they're gonna find it in time, probably.
Yep. And there's now a Gixian also deployed, so the clock will be very high. So I think you just sack your spawns, do a breath weapon, swing in, and it's lethal in like two turns or 3 turns at maximum.
And that's so funny with Junt. Like, just watching this on fast forward, I remember why I stopped playing this deck, because you're you're facing 2 Llanowar Elves and you take 10 minutes just game actions to get there. It's to me, this is so frustrating.
But I mean, people always say you're free to concede at any point, right?
Yeah, the opponent, but if they don't.
I mean, as a Junt player, you can fast forward this, I think. Why does the Gixian die? Did he not let the trigger resolve before casting the breath weapon? No. Okay. They just miscounted, I think. Because now you also have a second Gixian, and you can just like Gixian with the map. You have 2 landscapes that you can crack, so the Gixians grow really, really fast, and I don't see Elves being able to deploy enough threats to keep up with it. Junden away.
Yeah, completely Junding away. I mean, if you play Blue Terror or Corgates here or whatever other grind deck, you do 2 game actions and then hit for 10. And then you pass the turn, it's your turn, you do 2 game actions, you hit for 10. And the way Junt wins is like this. It's just flashback eviscerators inside for 5 mana.
Yeah, shuffle.
Oh man.
Lembas shuffles in first. Yes.
Right, shuffle your deck, exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm so glad I'm off this shit.
And
it's right now it's chilling to watch it.
And I think this is even the correct pace to watch Junt games.
Completely. We could double the speed and we would still catch everything that's happening. This Eviscerator's resolved for 1 minute. It's absurd. The deck is completely absurd. If you can do this, but it's like the physical aspect, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
It's more like doing sports than playing game, I feel.
And it's so funny because at one point, if the timer runs out enough, then you also decide what game actions to take based on when you have to shuffle. And I think that's very funny about the deck, you know? Like, I would have never sacked the Lembas because I would have needed to shuffle. And it's not that beneficial, actually.
Okay, here we have Lead the Stampede. It reveals Masked Vandal, Finton Elves, Quirion. Shit. Nothing that can turn the tides here. Wait. Masked Vandal.
Did he put it back to Masked Vandal? No.
What's the other card? Is it an End? Widening Way? And I think you can see also, like, it's funny now, we had a lot of Jund players on camera during the league. And you can see that in the beginning they play just Magic. And then at some point they just have to double up the speed of their hands. You can always see it. Also here, the person on the right just is moving faster physically.
Yeah, and I think Jund probably realized they maybe ended the turn with a card too much in hand. Because that's Jund, you know. So I think these were 8 cards.
Random one, also interesting.
Nice, that's Gixian gone. But I mean, yeah, I think here you deploy your KCS or you just swing in.
Wow, what if this was your reanimation target? Then doing it random is like this is an interesting call, I would say, from the judge side.
Yeah, I think
maybe they also looked at the clock and were like, okay, I want to give them a shot at finishing this match.
Yeah, maybe they looked at the clock and the board state. And they were like, this is Jund. Just take any card. Come on, let's.
Yeah. Could you keep it on fast forward for a moment?
Yes. I will just update the score to 1-1.
Also, I can't see the score. I don't know if that's because of Discord or.
Yeah, no, the overlay is just in OBS, so you don't see it.
Okay.
It's 1-1 now, but it's also good because then you remind me to update it if you ask for it, you know?
I think last time I could see it. Maybe something changed.
It's depending on which. It's very technical. It's just depending on which screen I share with you. If I share the OBS preview or the raw video feed.
Okay, all good. So let's see. Elves on the play. We want to see draw spells. We want to maybe see an early hunter. We want to preferably see something that's at least breath weapon proof. Maybe in a way also Prague proof. That would be like a big hand or something.
Ooh.
Or
good
like early
starts.
Vandals.
Yeah, all good starts start with a turn 1 mana dog. Jukabok.
Okay, so no bridge in hand.
Oh, slow start from Jund.
Yeah, slow and no bridge.
Yeah. And Elves gets to play Elves. Swing for 1, let's see.
Attack for 1.
Yeah,
thinking about pass.
That's strange. I think like the Elves player should have no 2 mana Elf or spell, because I think in any case this would have been cycling the end. But I think deploying to the board early, if you see the Jund player is kind of developing very, very slowly, has higher priority than finding lands.
I mean, maybe they don't have a. That's unlikely that they don't have a 1 or 2 mana play.
Unlikely. Let's see.
Maybe this gives the hunter
mana. Oh my
mana.
god! Oh, it is.
Yes, that's what it is. So maybe the other spell they had in hand was no ramp, so this was the only way they got to 5 mana.
Yeah, I give it to them. This is the way you easily beat Jund.
Wait, I wonder still though. Like you claim that, but I see a cast down changing a lot of this math.
The Undercity. They were looking for the Undercity. I mean, yeah, a cast down changes something, but you know, you keep the initiative, so you can still forge, you can still trap.
Yeah, I think until it comes to the last chapter, these are all stuff that Jund can like comfortably survive against a board that only consists of 1/1s otherwise. this is not Gruul where like where the 2+ counters go on a Jewel Thief that turns into a 5/5 that cannot be blocked by Chrysalis anymore. I think here is.
Yeah, but on the other hand, if you now have to waste an entire turn for a cast down, and you deploy another doesn't really matter land, and you cannot deploy a creature that gets back the initiative. So I think here it would even be the best case to deploy a refurb. But if there's no refurb, then the chances of you getting that initiative are really, really slim.
And also a big problem here is the artifact count in total, because they have a draw spell, but they would need to cast Lambas for it. They have no green mana yet. I think there's no Chrysalis in hand, so the only thing going is some draw spells and Breath Weapon, but they're in each other's way mana-wise.
Yeah, and I love this from Felix. He's like, I'm challenging you to have a cast down. I'm forging onto my hunter.
Yeah.
Like I play around your breath weapon, basically. So,
Yeah, I mean, now you have to play breath weapon.
Yes,
There's
yes.
just nothing you can do otherwise.
I think so.
Okay. Wait, but what is this breath weapon for then? There is cast down.
Ooh, there is a cast down. I didn't see that.
I think still taking 5 or 7 here from the hunter and then next turn cast down, but get rid of like this Hydra thingy there. This is gonna be a pain.
The Hydra and the mana has to stop too. But either way, it's a very tricky situation for Jund.
Yeah, and I think it's a pretty bad hand, like in a sense of it bites you, like the mana base bites you here.
Yeah, I think also not only the mana base, but I think the keep was also kind of a trap with like tap lands that is not a bridge. So monocolored tap land, turn 1, then a landscape, turn 2. I think the idea of the Jund player was, hey, I have the breath weapon in the start hand. I just have to get to the mana. But I think on the draw, you cannot allow yourself to do that.
Yeah, and now I think they even have a Wellspring and a draw spell in hand, but they still cannot cast even the Wellspring. Although I think you might have to, because what's Breath Weapon gonna do here right now?
Yeah, I also think that you have to do it now, because now is the only time window where you can. Because if now a Timberwatch comes down, or like no real threat is on the table right now that can tap for a bazillion mana or that can pump for 200. So you can actually take your turn to find the land drops that you need and more answers that you need.
Okay, and then again, the Elves hand is solid, but not amazing. But it might be just enough. Like just these Hydras. I mean, this changes a lot if there is a Chrysalis in play.
Yeah, now he's gonna breath weapon the Mystic away.
Yeah, but that's... I think Richard realizes now that this breath weapon was one turn too late.
Yeah, I think so too. At least an untapped land, which is great in Jund. You love
and green.
Yeah.
So they don't need to fetch for green, but yeah, still no Chrysalis inside. So here now come the Hail Mary. There's Chrysalis. But next is the trap, right?
Yeah, I don't even know what you want to find right now. I think KCS Toxin is the only thing that is probably keeping you alive.
Yeah, but you would need Deadly Dispute to have the mana for that. Troublemaker
Oof would also be great. But you
But
tap
you need
green.
to find it first.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm just thinking about what can you even draw, you know?
I mean, I think they're dead next turn, so you need to find something now.
With the oof, you would not survive also. Damn. But this is so frustrating. These are like 3 counter and 2 counter Hydras, bro.
Wow, okay, but let's see. This is a 4/4 Llanowar and a 3/3 Hydra, and they have 2 artifacts. Oh my goodness, yeah. Bojuka Bok turn 1 is... It always bites back. Like, it's something you can't just do anything else, but it usually at turn 3, 4, 5, it will bite you back, and then by turn 10 or something, it doesn't matter anymore, but yeah, I don't know. It's just...
They have already been trapped, by the way, so they would survive with a Troublemaker Oof. And they're probably surviving this turn.
It's first trap and then draw card?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Cannot kill this guy, but you can kill that, yes. Love it.
Damn.
I mean, it's not even that bad anymore.
I think you have to keep the KCS around just for the probability of a toxin.
Wait, but they're at 6.
Oh, they have to block it. Oh no.
But they were at 6. There's 7 trample damage. Oof.
No, it was just 6 damage, no? 3 counters on the elf makes it a 4 attack creature, and 2 on the other is 2, so that's 6.
But I think on the earlier turn, they played a Hydra and tapped 5 forests to bestow it. So I thought it's a +3.
But at least the counters on the board right now are saying I have 6 damage.
Okay.
So there's now...
But yeah,
there's a Chrysalis to stabilize.
Absolutely nothing you can do. Yeah, they will trample over it, and whatever is the block, you're dead. Yeah.
Yep. There's no way to win this. And there's also the throne now for the Elves player.
Oh, maybe they want to see that. They would just want to check it out. Show me some more of your deck.
This is what, like, there even was a cast down, but this is the first creature that Junt basically could deploy. So he went all the way to the throne, where the Junt player didn't even have the option to take the initiative back. And this happens more than you think. Like, you need a refurb essentially to get the initiative. And if you just don't find it because you're looking for all kinds of stuff, then the early hunter just wins.
Yeah, agree. It's a huge problem, and maybe in the Elves build, the problem comes a bit later than when you play against Gruul. I put this as the relation, because there, I think I never see in the last chapter, if they have early initiative, you're dead when the trap comes. That's the math. And I mean, against Elves, you're dead 1 turn later. So yeah, agreed. Turn 3 hunter, if you are on the draw, you have to make that not happen.
Yes, for sure.
And I mean, sadly for Richard, I think they would have needed to cast on the Llanowar Earth to prevent it. And not fetch for red, which is a tough one. So maybe they gambled on Felix not having a hunter there.
But as a learning, like, I take this away. Like, you had a very, very good point. That's a read, like, right? Like, the Elves player rather attacked with a 1/1 than have a 2-mana play. Which I think is very telling, because you as a Junt player have not deployed anything that could be threatening. You have no breath weapon mana whatsoever. So as a Elves player, this is the chance where you do a Winding Way, where you do the Priest of Titania, where you do these kind of plays. And instead went for the cycle generous end, and that's, I think, where you as a Junt player are like, I'm in danger.
I mean, I think it's a read that they had no mana dog and no priest. But beyond that, I think you cannot, and probably no Winding Way, but who knows? Maybe they prioritize land drop over Winding Way. But I think beyond them not having a mana dog, there could have been anything in the hand. I would say on first glance.
Okay, I guess we will because I think we're both in the act of assembling an Elves deck.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Yeah. Unfortunately for Richard, but Felix takes it home. And this was match number 1.
See you in the next one.
Yes, game 2. Yeah, Phil, you don't see it, so I will tell you now. On the right side is Luca playing Gardens, and on the left side is Max playing Tron.
So it's like two Wellspring Fanatical Offering connoisseurs. Like, they don't indulge the measly affinity or Junts. They go into the realm of the Tron lands and the infinite cycling your Crypt Rats. Looking forward to this one.
I think maybe if you have the deck list, you can answer that. But Gardens, of course, having a lot of Grave Hate main deck. I think there are 2 to 3 spell bombs often, and 1 to 2 Bojuka box. So
I actually have the deck list open. Is it a question or are you?
No, it's a question.
Stating it? Okay, like the first spice I see in the Lucas deck is he's playing 4 Cram Session. I love that. You know the card?
Is that a learn card?
Yes. You gain 4 life. It's a generic and a Golgari hybrid. Okay, so let's assume they have lesson cards as well in the deck. Yes, they do. They have, oh wow, they have Avatar Lessons card. 2 mana green instant, Origin of Metal Bending. Either destroy target artifact or enchantment, or put a plus counter on target creature you control against indestructible until end of turn. Oh my god, imagine this with a Crypt Rat.
But also imagine the destroying artifact against Tron.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I love the tech already. And then the other, like they have 2 of this Origin of Metal Bending lesson. And then they have another one, a sorcery speed, 2 mana black. Choose 1. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land permanent from it. They discard it. Or Earthbend 2. Okay, something blah, blah, blah. I don't know. A land becomes a creature or something like that.
So that's a hand hate. Okay, that's also really good in this case.
These cards are amazing in this matchup, and they're also, I like them in general. Yeah. So many options. Like both of them are modal spells, and you can already, while getting them from your sideboard, you get access to 4 effects by playing Cram Session. That's what? And they're all 2 mana? What? How is this real? Okay.
I love it that you're amazed by it, because it's like, yeah, okay, these are cards, but in the end you also have to carry them in your sideboard, so
they're good cards. Like I think the Origin of Metal Bending is almost on the level of
if you now say Heritage Reclamation, I will have to hit you through the internet.
Heritage Reclamation, yeah, thank you.
No!
Especially with Crypt Rats. Come on. And then the other one being like a Pilfer. I think it's crazy value. Like with the... Have you ever played the Teachings deck, Moritz?
No.
Like you wouldn't believe how much it is worth paying 4 mana to get a Dispel from your sideboard in the right moment. And here it's 2 mana to get a 2 mana one of them is instant speed Silver Bullet. I love it.
Okay.
Okay, you wanted to know about spell bombs, right? They probably cut the spell bombs for that. No, they play 2 spell bombs.
Okay, but 2 is still on the lesser side in the current meta.
Yeah. I don't know about like stock Gardens builds right now. I think you're more of the connoisseur on that end.
Phil, is that now Tron assembled or not? Because I have a hard time distinguishing the
I have
artworks.
no idea. I assume, yeah, it's a tower, it's a mine, and it's a energy thingy bingy. Yeah. And because we had this earlier, Boris, this is playing eggs, you know? You play artifacts that replace themselves. Those are the eggs.
Yeah, I love that. And now you only need a Robert on the field, and suddenly you're winning.
Who?
A Robert, vroom vroom.
Who's a Robert? It's called Robert.
I think like didn't the winner of the Geddon that we attended, where the Pector Gardens was like the winning deck, which was like weird. Didn't he say he called him Robert, or am I hallucinating?
I don't know. I'm not that connected to Twitter, so I don't know.
Okay, but if it's true, then let's just call him Robert. And if not, then also let's call him Robert.
Okay, so I'm also checking the Tron deck. 2 Foundry Inspector, 2 Mirkinsmith, of course, 4 Mill Retriever, 3 Robert, 4 Malevolent Rumble, 2 Weather the Storm, and I think the rest is just eggs. Okay, no, 3 Ashnot Altar. Yeah, and the rest draws a card. Artifacts that draw cards.
But it's so funny. Okay,
and I don't know.
Can we maybe
Sideboard we will get to later.
Can we take a second to talk about this matchup in general? Like, on the one hand, we have basically a deck full of removal, instant speed, and draw spells, right?
Yeah.
And
Game 1 must be horrible.
On the other hand, we have a deck that is trying to combo with the graveyard, which I guess Gardens can also stop, of course. And the interesting thing is, you cannot, like, if you play proactively your Robert, it will probably instantly get removed every time, because you just don't present you're not presenting a lot of creatures. So the Gardens player is stuck with a bunch of removal in hand at all stages of the game, basically. So
yeah, but I think you overestimate I mean, yeah, they have 4 cast down, 4 defile, but that's it about instant speed interaction. I think if you wait and then maybe overload one turn, I see a window of still getting great value out of this. And I think also the biggest problem is you can recycle the pack dolls with Mer Retriever. If you just play mid-range, you will get them again and again and again. They play Blood Fountain in the main, so like, cast down, I think, is not going to get you there if this Tron deck is fully humming.
I guess, but does the Gardens player play initiative? No, not initiative. Emblems like initiative or monarch?
Oh, yeah, they have 1 Avenging Hunter main, but that's it.
Okay.
I think they cut the value of emblems by adding Cram Session, which I agree to.
Now that you have seen the lesson cards, you now agree.
Yeah, I fully agree. I think the biggest issue in the match, I don't know who was on the play. Okay, now Gardens found a 4th land. I saw them with 3 lands for a long time, but the Tron deck goes so much bigger and has the proactive plan. So I don't know, maybe Crypt Rats can control this board, but I have trouble seeing Gardens overcoming Tron.
But that's funny because also you've seen that the Altatron player has deployed one Weather the Storm already, which is one
Yeah,
of
they're not going
the
to lose this game.
which is one of the cards that you like, which is one of your win condition essentially, because you just storm off and then with the combo, and then you just gain infinite life. But they, for some reason, or like maybe it's a calculated thing that they have said, hey, I have now enough storm basically to just cast this and be out of this weird crypt red ping me down kind of range. But I think I still probably would have kept it for future turns.
And I think the issue related with this, I mean, we could also talk about the combo, like how reasonable is that that Tron gets it down. I think Cram Session will do a good job of preventing that. And Grave Hate, of course. But I see a world where Tron wins by combo and also by just overpowering the mid-range game. And I mean, let's look at this battle. They just deployed Pectoral Terror against an active Crypt Red. So I think that shows how much they care about it getting removed.
Yeah, I guess with the life total now, you can also just really chill. Like, if the Crypt Rats activate for 4 to clear the board, and this is the entire turn of the Gardens
2 entire
player.
turns.
What do you mean?
It's 2 turns. Like, they've
Yeah.
wasted 2 turns on this. Yeah, I think this is awful for Gardens.
Yeah, I think so too. And this is also the tell that they don't have the appropriate removal in hand, right?
I mean, they played it proactively, and then Tron decided that they want Gardens to spend their turn this way, which I also like as a line. I mean, you just put out your best threat and say, you deal with it now, please. It's, I think, a very commanding game position. And I mean, what's Gardens gonna do? Like, pay 4 mana to draw 4? Okay. And then?
Yeah, I think in this matchup, I think you kind of need the initiative, and you need emblems of some sort to not get overrun by the sheer power that the Altar deck offers. Yeah, there's another Robert. And now,
yeah, because I think if you play against, sorry, you go first.
No, I think it's very smart to deploy that now, because I think activating the Crypt Rats is the tell that I don't have target removal for that right now, because you wouldn't waste a full turn and the Crypt Rat to get rid of one creature. So deploying that is actually, I would say, medium safe.
Yeah, and I think Gardens is, like, from all the decks that plays the I want to answer your stuff 1 for 1, probably the best at doing exactly that.
Yep.
But you cannot beat Tron if you fight on this axis. I tried it a lot of times. You need something. As you said, yeah, you need an emblem. Like, imagine like how they're gonna deal 45 damage. Pay 6 mana to play a troll? Like, it's impossible. I think they're playing for a draw here. I think they need to concede and then try to win the next 2.
I agree with that. There is a cast on. That post board, I think this is very different. I just assume that the Gardens player, besides their lesson cards, do they also have like a Troublemaker Oof or something that can get rid of even more artifacts? Ooh, Cram Session.
Here we go. And they're gonna take Pilfer, I would assume.
Yes.
Pilfer or like make it 2/2, right? Which is the not good idea right now. So it's, yeah, I assume it's Pilfer.
Is it
I think it's
really
bananas that
Pilfer,
you
by
put
the way?
Yes, it is Pilfer.
And also 2 mana.
Like you put Pilfer on a modal spell that you can fetch from your sideboard. It's like double upgrade on the card. I think it's crazy.
Ooh, when you get rid of the Blood Fountain. I think the Blood Fountain is often just a one-off in these decks.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you also play only 3 Roberts.
I mean, please, Luca, prove me wrong. Like, I said so many things now that are my claims, but please prove that you can do it. It's not that I don't believe. It's just I think it's a tremendous exercise to grind through that Tron deck. Even if right now they have nothing in hand, I mean,
Yeah.
it just takes an Eviscerator's Insight or something and then they're back.
Yeah, but sometimes you don't have it, And the hand right now is pretty mid. Like there's no draw whatsoever. There's an Altar, there's a Hector Terror, there's a Weather Storm and a land. It's kind of
Okay, Moritz, give me an estimation. How many if like every turn Tron did nothing and Eric tries to win the game as soon as possible, how many turns does that take?
I mean, Luca just plays a Hunter next turn,
He has a Hunter.
No. But I hope he draws one.
Yeah, okay. But then it's like still, is it like more than 10 turns or less than 10 turns, you would say?
What?
With a Hunter, maybe less than 10, but without a Hunter, more than 10. So, Tron can top deck a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's true, but still okay. Doing the weather now, so
Wait.
There's also, when it comes to the combo, basically only the Altar is currently there, and I guess the Robert, but I'm assuming that the Pactor Terror will get cleared in no time. So when it comes to combo pieces, he still needs like 2 Retrievers and an Outlet.
I think, Moritz, I just realized I'm having a flashback. Do you remember when we commented Mark versus Quok on Gameday 1 or 2?
Yes.
Junt versus Tron?
Yeah, but the Blood Fountain is already gone. And that was back then. Oh, and there's even a Bojuka block now. Come on. Luca can do. Do you mean the flashback because we went so like, it's so over, we are so back all the time?
I was more thinking of how desperate it is to fight with a fair deck against the Tron deck that has even the same engine pieces. But I would love to see this game develop into they're so back.
I mean, Luca still has all spell bombs in the deck, which basically locks out the combo part for like 4 or 5 more turns, because then you need to draw like a lot of replacements and all that kind of stuff. You still have more cram sessions to destroy the Altar.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
The only problem is, and I think that is the thing you should be working on, Hunter top deck. I'm telling you.
Wow.
The only thing you have to work on is your clock, because you need to clock now. Yes! Yes, Phil! I'm so happy
Max
right now.
Just run out of steam?
I'm so happy right now.
This feels like wrong.
No,
this feels like something went wrong.
This is actually correct.
Where did they took the wrong turn here? Like, how are they on 1 card in hand and not on 8?
I mean, okay, please count how many like draw spells is Tron. I mean, of course they're playing a lot of eggs that are replacing themselves, but like real card advantage.
They have 4 Malevolent Rumble. Okay, that's probably not card advantage. 4 Viscerous Insight. And then, I mean, Blood Fountain is card advantage. Mer Retriever is card advantage. Kinsmith to some degree. Okay, not too much.
And some of them are already gone. Like 1 Insight is already out. The Blood Fountain is out. And now the Crypt Rat is swinging every turn for 1. And now, next turn, Phil, you forge onto your Crypt Rat so you can ping for an additional 2 every turn.
Including yourself.
Yeah, but you have a campfire.
True, yeah. I just want to see Cram Session get the heritage, like the better heritage reclamation on the altar, just to seal the deal. But wow, I did not see this coming. And I still cannot really explain it to myself. Maybe you can.
I mean, now that the Hunter is down, this is a sealed deal for me. For at least game 1. I mean, I think Alta Tron also doesn't play removal main deck.
Mm-hmm.
So this Hunter will now swing until eternity, basically. Okay, there's a Retriever at least. And he's gonna crack it to find a spell bomb, which he
Just
wants to use
card.
just to draw a card. That's really sad, you know?
It is really sad, yeah. And I mean, yeah, you could see that that now things need to go really their way to snowball again.
And
wow.
Also, one of the problems is you now, you got a draw, but you're also leaving one of your retrievers now vulnerable in the grave. But you drew an Eviscerators. Oh my god. Best draw. Actually,
yeah,
best
seriously,
draw.
best draw. Okay, so this is now at least the we're so back moment. Candy Trail on the stack. Can you believe it? Scratch the bottom. Very good sign.
Phil, we are so back.
We are so back, Moritz. They're gonna get 3 life of this Candy Trail.
And draw a card? Now. Oh my god.
It's like both relevant axes in this game right now being delivered on too.
So Luca has...
But you're right, yeah. This Hunter looks menacing.
I mean, but it's exactly like you said. It's still 8 to 10 turns. So...
Yeah, but I think now is at least the position where Gardens can win at all. It's not like every turn 5 spells and the question is only when the combo will come. But I think here now it's the density of game actions where Gardens can keep up and then use their tempo to push it. And I really want to see Cram Sessions now on the key pieces, on the key combo pieces, because I think now the Robert plan is kind of out. Yeah now you have to go combo.
All of them are exiled. Ooh, okay, so we have the Retriever loop already assembled. So does he have an out? Oh no, Candy Trail.
So this would have been already just infinite cast of the Retriever, which does nothing.
Yeah, infinite storm count.
I mean, they played 2 weather already, right? So
yeah,
those
that's
are out.
I disagree with the weathers. I strongly disagree because it's your win combo piece. It's one of the combo outlets basically, and in this case, he had everything assembled and he just couldn't weather.
It's like either he didn't know that this could happen, or he knew, and he knew that infinite life doesn't win against a campfire.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't like to play
Truly
that game
doesn't.
out. Yeah, I wouldn't. Oh, Cram Session.
Cram Session. Yes. And now there is no choosing anymore because there's only 2 green cards left, I think. And this is gonna... Yes. Is it gonna be deployed right away, or they're gonna wait for the chef's kiss moment?
It's an instant, right?
Yes.
Oh, but he does it right
away.
Too
dangerous. Whenever I play against Tron, I don't want to think it through. I just want to, get rid of stuff.
I think some of the shortcuts that I have learned over my Pauper, I guess career.
You can call it career, Moritz.
Spellbomb, he's locked out. It's so over.
This also decreases the chances of winning a lot. Is there 2 retriever left or 1 retriever left?
2 left, but I mean, you need to find both and another altar. And this is all speculative on the. So, yeah, okay, that's over. No,
over?
It's over. The spell bomb sealed it.
But they had no more. Unbelievable.
What I wanted to say is, across my Pauper career, there are certain decks that you have to learn the hard way or the easy way, that there's almost no instant speed interaction with their combo. And one of them I learned multiple times the hard way is Dredge, where it's like the regular Dredge, where it's like almost in no circumstance do you need to proactively excel their graveyard, because they will always have to do something with a trigger or like with a paying, dread return or something, target something that you can always respond to.
Okay. When you started, I thought it's going to end up the other way around, but you would claim that Dredge is one of the only combo decks that helps you by always leaving up a stack, and the others you can get messed up with?
No, and in Altatron it's almost similar. Only the altar retriever loop changes the math, because you can like instant speed return stuff from your grave, or like I guess maybe the blood fountain, but only the altar lying there is no threat at all. You don't have to proactively remove it, because if you have no creature, it doesn't provide any value. The altar is only online if you have a creature, and that goes onto the stack first.
But what if you want to prevent the opponent from getting value of their adversary's insight when you remove it?
Okay. Yes. In that case, I would say you are so right.
Okay. Going on about sideboarding, I see another amazing card I've never seen before, which is called Steel Wrecking Ball. It's everyone's beloved set, Spider-Man. It's 5 mana artifact. When this enters, it deals 5 damage to target creature. And then later you can play 1 in a red, discard this card. What? No, not later. You can also discard this from hand to destroy target artifact. So either 5 mana, deal 5 to a creature, or cycle it to destroy target artifact. That looks good. I would take that in against the Hunter deck.
Wait. Did you say cycle to destroy artifact?
Yeah, it says, like, I think in Spider-Man they did everything so everyone understands it. And it's 1 in a red, comma, discard this card, Doppelpunkt. So this is cycling. Destroy target, Doppelpunkt, destroy target artifact. So. You know? So I think, 2 Steel Wrecking Ball are in the mix. And there's 1 more weather in the side. Spell Bomb. I don't know if it's too relevant. 2 Moments piece. I don't know.
What? Did you say Spell Bomb not relevant?
Against Gardens?
You okay. I was not sure which sideboard you're looking at right now, because they're sounding very similar.
No. Yeah, I think Spellbomb and Moments Piece. I think here you could see, like in the last game, Moments Piece would have done nothing. It just bought like a couple more turns, but it changed nothing. And especially if you need to win 2 games, I think no good idea.
Yeah.
Fangren Marauder, I don't know. Then again, infinite life, you survive longer. I don't know. I think life gain is not relevant here, I think. And yeah, they don't have much. Steel Wrecking Ball would be the only one that I would recommend. And on the garden side, I mean, we have the lessons. They will probably stay in the sideboard. We have 4 Duress. I think that's a good card here.
Yes.
Extract a Confession, I think not good enough. Troublemaker, oof. Very good card. And you could play maybe 2 Weather to just save yourself from dying mid-range to Pactor.
No,
I could
incorrect.
see that. Why?
You put in Weather for the infinite storm count turn of your enemy.
This is so bizarre. Like, I'm not even thinking in these dimensions.
It's like, okay, we're both on infinite life, but I have campfires.
Yeah, and I'm up a game.
Exactly. Now you need to find your infinite golems that swing for infinite times 3. But I will just
Okay.
remove all the golem foundries that you have and all of your Pactol Terrors, and you cannot win.
I'm only thinking about these lines when I see them on the table, Moritz. You will have to talk us through them theoretically before that.
Yeah. But yeah, stuff like Snuff Out goes out directly, so that's like an easy outboard, right?
Yeah. And I think Weather is quite decent here, actually. At least 2 of them or something. So what's your prediction? What's going to happen? Is Tron going to explode again and then completely fizzle? Or are they going to push the mid-range hammer? Or is it going to be a combo finish?
But
are they going to lose yet another one? What do you think?
I'm confused. They cracked the map, but they are not playing. They don't play Tron because maybe they want to play the Rumble, so they need the colored mana. But they cracked the map to find something. I just don't remember what they found. Oh, yeah, that's probably gotta take the altar here. Even though Candy Trail is.
On the side? Sorry.
Oh, what did you say?
Max has Duress in the deck?
Maybe they switched sideboards, you know.
It's a transformational sideboard plan. It's at least not listed here, but whatever. Oh, maybe we can ping him and
same to to update his deck list probably. It's an outdated one. Yeah, okay. This is the moment where you deploy your Greenland, because then you're threatening your own Weather Storm.
Yeah, very important. Please keep reminding us of these kind of lines, so I don't have to. And this is Tron, Moritz. I can tell, although there is 2 tower thingies lying around, it's Tron assembled.
Yeah, learned the hard way.
Yeah, everything that's a plant has like a electricity on it, right?
I hope so.
Right?
Oh, that's a good hit. Oh, that's a good hit.
It's beautiful.
He takes the color fixer.
They don't have too many. Yeah, they don't have too many eggs, so they want to get the eggs going. Okay, so what's in Luca's head now? You do you. I'm going to play a hunter, or you do you. I'm going to play a Crypt Rats. What's next?
I think Luca really, really wants to find Grave Hate. Because you kind of need...
Cut off Eviscerators?
No, to just... You need some breathing room right now, because there's 1 combo piece on the table, there have been some cards drawn, there's enough mana. So you need to be able to breathe right now to not die on the combo unexpectedly. And I think that the largest insurance is like an active spell bomb.
Okay, so you're not overwhelmed by just retriever, whatever dead.
Exactly. Like Tron, from this perspective, if they... I mean, they have 1 more turn, they have an Eviscerators in Grave, so they can even like draw a bunch. And I think they could have enough already like in hand. I would say maybe if 1 more piece is in hand and they find like another one, that's already kind of bad.
Yeah, interestingly, again, like I usually don't think in the when is the combo happening in these matchups. But yeah, I mean, it's 3 cards. It could happen any moment.
Yes, for sure.
There was something else I was wondering about. Yeah.
Oh,
I need your theory brain here. Is Golem Foundry offline when Gardens can always untap and play Crypt Rats?
No. Because if you have infinite counters on your Golem Foundry, you only present 1,000 golems at a time. I think the only problem is that if you have artifact removal and a Crypt Rat, because then you, of course, target the Foundry, so he has to deploy all of the golems and then you Crypt Rats.
Okay, 1 second. We just saw...
Yes.
Boozly Wrecking Ball or whatever it's called. But the cycling mode on the spell bomb. Oh my god, these cards. Every card is now a modal card. Like, what is this print? Like 5 damage or destroy an artifact? Do you know any other spell that has these two modes? Or like anything close?
I mean, it's a wrecking ball. What do you expect? It's
Like the last was the Meteor for 6 mana, right? That did something similar? Could draw a card and kill a creature or something.
I don't play spells that are that expensive.
You did. Like, you played the red Tron deck.
That's true.
Didn't it even play it? Like, wasn't there no Meteor in it?
No, it has a torch where you can pay X.
Okay, makes sense. Are you going to bring that on the 8th day?
Oh, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. It's a good deck. I actually in the league I got killed by the torch by like a weird Gruul ramp build. And I really appreciated that. I was like, even the deck was so nice, and I was like, thank you for refilling me with the torch in with Gruul ramp. I appreciate that.
Thank you for sharing this experience with us.
Gardens
did you
gets on
see
tap.
whether they... Yes.
Cramp session.
To me, the combo is like the boogeyman. Like, it's not real. It's just in people's mind. When was the last time that we saw anyone comboing in Ultratron?
I think that's incorrect, because also I would be even more afraid of the combo now that the Wrecking Ball has been cast, basically. Because it's...
And you would have taken Pilfer to check the hand.
Ooh.
And or what are you implying?
Did you see that?
Yes, just as I told.
It happened exactly like you wanted it to happen.
Yes. Sometimes dreams come true. But my argument was that that's why you do it when they're tapped out. Which was not the case, of course. But, you know, is our Tron player in a better spot this time?
Yes.
They have no cards. I like that. They have another Wrecking Ball in hand, you know?
They have like a bunch of mana fixing. They make land drops every turn, and they still have a bunch of cards in hand. So that's healthy, I would say. But
and what's this Pactol? Is it a sign of strength or desperation?
I would say just a sign of pressure.
Okay. Let's get this game rolling.
Literally.
Okay, but besides... Sorry.
No,
besides the Wrecking Ball, the deck still has no removal, so maybe Tron is still the beatdown here, no?
I mean, Tron is definitely... Do you mean with beatdown wins by combat damage?
No, like the position in the game of where you're the one that has to pressure for a win and the other has to just stall to win.
I would say so, that Tron... I mean, it's still a combo deck that wants to proactively win, no?
Yeah, because I in the beginning thought that they are going to easily outgrind Gardens, but apparently this wasn't the case in game 1, and it doesn't look to be the case here. Like, when we see Quark play, right, he draws 10 cards every turn, no?
I mean...
What is different?
I just don't think that there's so much real card advantage, and Gardens is full of it. So if you don't threaten enough, then Gardens will just outvalue you. I mean, you have more mana per turn, but if you're not threatening like an actual an attempt to win, then Gardens will just do, oh yeah, I cycle my troll, oh yeah, I Witch's Cottage back my troll, oh I draw 3, I do this, I do that.
I mean, sure, but like when you remember Jan playing against Tron.
Yes.
Like, they even have refurbs, which I think is a great tool in this matchup. But Tron was always able to keep them low enough. They didn't need removal. They just, I don't know what they did. They did something, but they never got close, right? I wonder what's just missing. Feels like something is not happening that's usually happening here.
I think oftentimes you have these.
There's Wrecking Ball in the hand. We're gonna see Wrecking Ball on the Hunter.
A lot of times with Altatron, you just see these lines of, hey, I sack my retriever, get back an egg, like get back a thing, do scry 2, then draw, like all of these value lines where you essentially like see 3 cards and like go 1 card up and select even. And these kind of lines have just not been happening for Max right now.
Yeah, they're like the cascading draw into draw into draw into. Now finally I find an Eviscerators, draw some more. Next turn, draw, Blood Fountain to Myr Retriever that find more. Yeah.
I mean, oftentimes
so not like
the retriever is not even the retriever gets deployed way earlier than than the attempt to combo, right? Like the Myr Retriever is often just activated just to get back like a Candy Trail or like something.
A Wellspring or something, yeah.
Yeah. I think Candy Trail is better.
So, yeah, actually the Myr Retriever have been absent from Max's hands a lot. And if they came on game 1, it was just like a, throw it down, get a Candy Trail, and it's gone. I mean, whatever.
So that's finally a draw 3. And it draws Retriever, Alta.
This is looking good, but no payoff probably.
Yeah, no payoff, I think. I mean, you can risk it for the so-called biscuit, because you still have Eviscerators.
And then with infinite mana, you draw 2.
You don't have infinite mana because it's mana neutral.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem.
But I mean, it's 2 towers, 2 mines, and it's like 10, 12, 13 mana right now. If you deploy it, it's 7 mana. You got 6 mana to work with. Yeah. Maybe you can do something with the Blood Fountain?
Ooh, you mean that you sack Retrievers, get value from the Retrievers, and then Blood Fountain them back immediately to your hand?
Yeah, but the problem is then you're still bottlenecked on mana. But that's at least a value line you could take.
Yeah, then you get back your cantrips. Or your Robert.
Then you're still stuck on the 13 now 8 mana, right?
You play Robert now and you win.
Yes. Yes. I don't know why I'm rooting for this deck so much more than the other, but
it was exactly lethal from the mana perspective. Like, it was just enough mana.
Perfect. And how did they get the Pector? With just getting the Retriever in the grave and getting the...
Oh, that's such an honest deck, dude. I love it.
Yeah, we love it. Okay, let's see if Cram Session can pull it off in the 3rd.
Let's actually see if
what do you think?
Finish the 3rd.
Yeah, I was about to ask, what do you think how much time they have left on the match clock?
I just know that we've been recording for 42 minutes.
Oof.
So my guess is that the Tron player can still win and the Gans player cannot.
Yeah, probably. Especially if the Tron player plays just to stall. They can go up to 60 life and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've seen the quite early assemblage of these combo pieces.
This is exactly the position why I also didn't like playing Jund sometimes. It's like when you have like 12 minutes left on the clock. And
as always.
It's 1-1. And you're like, okay, guess
12 is plenty. The problem is 8. I mean 12, if both play reasonably fast, you can finish a game.
I think I'm shuffling for 5 minutes of those 12, so.
Oh, yeah, I always pass the turn and then shuffle, like, and
of course.
Usually people are fine with that.
Oh.
Okay. Dress. Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, main board lessons. So maybe they took out Crime Session and then had to take in the silver bullets themselves. And this is a campfire draw spell. It's not amazing hand. Like,
This is a
it
horrible
doesn't
hand.
play itself.
This is a very, very slow hand, no?
But they have
It's
but they have
protective.
turned 2 Reckoner's Bargain. That's the thing they got.
No, because they have no untapped land drop.
Yeah, okay, then have it turn 3, whatever.
But that's horribly slow.
Yeah, I mean, it's horribly slow, but I think in the last game also I sometimes thought that Garden's position is worse because we always looked at their tapped out mana base, but I think they just, it's what you gotta do in this deck.
I guess. And the duress, taking the
And
duress, of course, because, you have to. You would love to take the green metal bending whatever spell, but you just cannot allow yourself to get one of your pieces picked from the hand.
I actually think the Garden's hand is decent, but it all revolves around if they find a land in the next 3 cards, including the offering.
Yeah.
Because if they do, then it doesn't, like, I mean, these decks never do anything on the first 3 turns. Yes.
But like a Defile is, the Defile is still only hitting for 1 right now.
This is all only setting up. I think you see the combo lines way quicker than like Tron is not even assembled, right? Like they're not gonna combo before turn 4.
You cannot expect that from a keep. I'm just saying from the keep perspective. Like, of course, now Tron did the turn 1 duress swamp play, but if you expect the Tron player, maybe that there could be a turn 1 Tron land map, turn 2 another Tron land back map.
Yeah, but I think if you're mulligan into a hand where Gardens can beat a turn 3 perfectly assembled combo, there's this, then you have to mull to a spellbomb basically, which I think is not necessary. I think the turn 3 and turn 4 combos of Tron, I mean, I have not seen too much and I've never played the deck, but I think that's less than 20%. Or would
If
you
at all.
disagree there?
Yeah.
These are like crazy one-shots. I mean, even Tron assembled on turn 3 is like, I feel like super rare. And then having all the pieces assembled without ever drawing a card, that's a kind of a scripted hand.
But I'm not even arguing only from the... I guess maybe the duress made it a really good hand, I guess. But there's no like Wellspring offering or something in the first 4 turns. No?
Yeah, and I mean, this this artifact removal in hand,
I guess, yeah.
this stops the turn 3 combo. You can just kill the payoff with the first retriever trigger on the stack.
What if the payoff is Weather the Storm?
Yeah. I think this hand is quite this hand is decent.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I was hating too much. Maybe I'm just maybe Gardens is allowed to be that slow.
This is a mine and a factory, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, instead of? Yeah, I was wondering.
Yeah. Now drawing 2.
What is going on?
Now they have to explain that they had enough mana.
So they do both. Oh, good. Draw 2.
Let's see. So we hope for a natural land drop and a hunter, right?
I think Defile and this artifact, Tron has to get through that to even set up a combo, right? Like
Yes.
as long as this is open, as long as Defile is in hand, no, you cannot even win with Packdoor. And as long as this green card is in hand, cannot win at all.
Oh, these are already overtime turns. Oh no. Like, he's been putting the die onto the 2, so... Yeah, I think... I mean, so as a Gardens player, of course, if this is the overtime turn, you're just trying not to lose. So...
Yeah.
And
I mean, Tron can try to give it a shot.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you draw 3 here. You have Tron enabled. So you definitely have enough mana for the...
It's a American Smith. That's good.
But this is your second to last turn, so you really have to find all the pieces now.
Yeah, and do something that they can even do their work.
And right now I only see one Retriever, and I'm not sure if they have like the Altar already in hand.
I mean, last game they drew everything they need from one Eviscerator, so...
Yeah, that was really
hope.
funny. That was really funny. Yeah, but... Okay, you also need to find another duress, probably?
Yeah. At least one, and... like, if you have Pactor Terror, and you have duress for the green card, you still cannot combo through a Defiled, can you? Right now they only have 3 Swarms. With a Pactor, you cannot combo through a cast down, right?
No.
So they need Golem Foundry, but that also requires for them to attack again. So this is also out.
Oh, true. They need another combat step.
So, like, they need at least double duress and then Pactor.
And I wanted, like, as
And
Gardens,
all
you
the
just...
other stuff.
As Gardens, you just pass. Like, you make a land drop pass.
Yeah, I would not play anything, yeah.
Oh, this is heartbreaking. Let's see, another cast down. Yeah, but I think I probably would have kept all the mana open. Maybe he was digging for a spell bomb. Like, maybe he thinks that the spell bomb makes it even more safe. But in this position, just keep removal and artifact removal and you're fine.
Yeah, true. Especially with the cast down in hand, I think it's better to keep just 3 interaction open.
Yes.
I mean, duress, and the whole combo, that still doesn't beat you. Tapping him out. But how's Tron gonna do that?
And this is the position in Tron that I hate. Like, I played this deck a few times, and now it's the thing that you have to think so hard because you have so much mana available, and you have to constantly rethink, like, am I too stupid to see the line right now? Can I win?
But that's usually the case with most of the combo decks, right?
With Tron, it's like, because you have so much weird graveyard recursion, like one Retriever going to the grave is for free, so I can get back 1 piece, and then I scry again, and I draw, and, you know, like, it's, you have so more avenues, like, and instead, if you play Spy, you just count how much removal the enemy probably has, and then slam it.
And then play a 1-card combo.
Exactly. But with Tron,
yeah, maybe with Spy or also with High Tide, it's like a little less dancing or more clear which fights you have to fight.
Yeah, but they also decided to stop dancing, Phil.
They did.
Dance over.
I mean, I think they played not super slow. But I think, I don't know, probably playing Tron, your hands are tied. you could play like a Jund player from minute 1 on, just to do all the game actions so you can finish 3 games. But if you play at the normal pace with both of these decks, actually, I have the feeling a lot of the time you're playing for 2-0 or 1-1.
From which side?
Both. Like,
yeah, both actually.
it's like the Gardens. I mean, here we saw like in the perspective of the Tron deck doing all its dancing, the stuff that the Gardens deck did looked like they were the mono red aggro that did 2 things a turn. But if you play out a complete game with Gardens in an interactive matchup that's about combat, the Gardens has also like a million game actions. And if you just play them in regular pace, 50 minutes is usually enough for 2 games, but not for 3. Because for 3, you have to finish a game in 15 minutes. And I don't know, this was not the pace to finish games in 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think with Gardens, it's like you have some very polarized matchups, and you as a Gardens player just have to realize when your matchup is polarized that you need your sideboard cards to even try to win. And then you just concede game 1 probably rather quickly and win game 2. But with most of the matchups where you are even or you're slightly ahead, you just drag out game 1.
From Tron or Gardens, you mean?
From Gardens. Like Tron is proactive, but Gardens is like you just have to win game 1, you know? And if you know that you're in a position from the matchup perspective and from the first few turns, like if you know you're in a position to win this, you just never threaten enough that the enemy concedes. You just play your value lines, you remove the threats, you shuffle stuff back into your deck.
Yeah.
And then you just...
I was very lucky on the game day that I won a game 1 against Gardens.
Yeah.
And the match ended in 1-0-1. So, and that was not intended from my side. Like, I tried to play it fast. But if you lose the game 1 against Gardens, it could be that there is 20 minutes only on the clock, unless, yeah, as you said, you concede early. But then again, like, if I remember, in game 1, I suggested to the Gardens deck to concede just to win game 2 and 3, and they won game 1.
Yeah, but there was also the playing the Hunter, you know, knowing that your deck still has like 2 spell bombs, and all the explosive win is when there's still the Pector Terror in the deck, and like all Pector Terrors have been exiled. So from the Gardens perspective, I think he was chilling.
Yeah, it definitely turned out that way. I didn't see it in the beginning. Okay, so with us, are we done podcasting for today, Moritz?
I think so, yes. The next game will probably be us in person again. And I can give a little spoiler alert. I mean, it's weird to give a spoiler alert in YouTube where it's like the next game follows in 30 seconds. But the next game might contain me.
Ah. You as a player, you mean, and not you as a commentator?
I will leave that open.
All right. So I hope to see you as a commentator on the next game and then see about the other stuff. And with that said, see you on the next one, Moritz.
Yes. So, Phil, I think we promised the people that we will now be in a room sitting together doing this instead of doing it remotely again. What happened?
Well, things got in between, and we need to wear our Christmas hats at home again.
Oh,
both of us.
Okay, that's fine though, because we have a banger of a match coming up. Because I mean, you don't see the overlay, but on the right side we have Finn playing Gruul Ramp And on the left side, we have Moritz, me, playing
Who that?
Radness.
Okay. Gruul versus Mono Red Madness. So, okay, we expect Gutter Snipe to be an important creature. And I mean, how are we going to comment this now? You know what's happened.
I do know what happened. I also forgot parts of it. I know that I was a little bit nervous because this is the first time that I'm on this table, you know? And yeah, but before diving into this match, I just have one a chicken to rip apart with you. And that is, I have yesterday looked after our recording at the lessons, and the one lesson is indeed not a modal pilfer from last match, because it can only take a non-land permanent and not a non-land card. So you have to take a permanent, basically, to strip away from the hand.
That's a big downside, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Just because chronologically, even though this was yesterday, this was the game that we just have commentated, basically, 5 minutes ago. So just wanted to clear that up.
But I mean, the main mode on that card is +1/+1 and indestructible on Crypt Red, right? So
true.
It doesn't really matter that you can't take counterspell with it.
Yeah, I mean, Finn already flashing their cards. I remember this match vividly, and I think at some point we will get to the point why I remember this so much. Yeah, I don't know. You can take the lead if you want, and there will maybe be weird plays that we have now finally the ability to get inside the head of the person that was sitting there, you know?
Yeah, and like the one thing I wish for is that you don't spoiler anything. So I don't know if it's possible, but at least make an effort. And yeah, I was also suggesting that I take the lead and then you can like correct me from knowing way more about what happened. I like that idea.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I think we have both of you on a Mal to 6 at least. And yeah, as I said, I think it's I would assume that Mono Red is still the aggro here with a turn 4 or turn 5 gutter snipe kill. And then it kind of game 1, I think, already depends on is there a ram through in the Gruul deck and can they find it in time? Yeah, and Gruul, on the other hand, even with the most explosive starts, I think they arrive at a turn 3 Hunter. I think they can kill on turn 4, but on the draw, I think you are the aggressor here, and you prove it by your Epicure hit. And now Faithless looting. So let's see, what's your hand? Okay, so draw spells, Flame Breather, and no lands. Okay, the classical greedy one-lander keep looting is gonna do the work.
Yeah, but looting didn't do the work, you know? It was... And now that I look at it now, I would even criticize myself for keeping such a greedy hand, because of course it had the 1-drop, which is very rare actually in this deck to have the Epicure. But also, if you have no snacker, then it's probably not even worth it, keeping such a risky hand.
Interestingly, Finn took Hydra, not Repurposer. So I think they're setting on a turn 5, I kill you with some 8 mana or something stuff.
But there's no Utopia Sprawl, no Arbor Elf.
Then it's interesting, I think. But you're right, they're not ramping so much yet. But I mean, also the upside of looting is, wait, you looted again into no land? Wow, okay. But at least the upside of looting is that you don't put the cards back on top, like with Brainstorm. So, I mean, you're churning through the deck. And, okay, yeah. It's this kind of game where you see 15 cards, but no second land. And okay, so on the one hand, I mean, your aggression is dwindling, but on the other hand, it's also kind of fine. Like, yeah, one extra land and your hand kind of unlocks again, and there's not so much pressure, I would say.
Yeah, I think still the pressure is building up right now, right? There's a Jewel Thief now that is gonna hit every turn for sure. And more importantly, I think there are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, 6 mana available for the Gruul player for the next turn, which is also kind of scary. And you're like, I don't present anything. For example, if an initiative could come down or anything, like I don't present anything that can fight for that. At least I get to make
Or
a
one
land
turn
drop.
at least, yeah.
And also, but no 1 mana play besides like a bolt in hand right now.
I mean, here is where the scary stuff happens. But I feel like if you make your third land drop, then on turn 4 you can, like with a fourth land drop, then you can kill the Gruul deck. So I think they have like I would assume they have 2 turns to actually deal lethal. Okay, here's the Hunter. So they have 10, 12 trample power next turn. So you probably only got 1 untap and then 1 more untap.
Yeah, that's currently 10 trample damage with the foraging on the board, but I also know that there's a Hydra in hand. Which.
Oh, and is this already lethal? Like it's 12 including the forging?
Yeah.
Ah, no, sorry.
No, it's 10 including the forging. So.
But the Hydra is like, they don't have 9 mana, do they?
No, but there's also the trap in the next step, so I'm already kinda sweating over here, basically. And you really see, like,
Yeah.
I would have loved 1 mana more to just churn through my deck to find stuff. But yeah, too
And
greedy.
also you on a regular development, you would have had a snacker here.
Yeah, for
play,
sure.
So you can disrupt stuff on that angle. But I mean, here you set up and next turn you do 15 damage. It's doable, right?
There's no land drop in hand and no gutter snipe right now.
Yeah, you play a draw spell, deal 2, they go to 15. Next turn you have gutter snipe. Oh, well, you only got 1 lava dart. Difficult. Moritz, don't tell me you're losing on stream.
This is now the turn. This is an interesting turn right now because you also think like you're seeing how much I plan on like what to do basically. Because
but so talk us through it. Like what's the options?
I also think that I'm pretty dead in 2 turns. So basically, I need to get some damage in, and one of the good damage sources could be an Epicure. Could be a Pinger.
Oh, ran through. Ouch. That could seal the deal, actually. Oh, and you have Fire Blast even. Oh, wow. Okay, but now you're dead. What? You could press pause here. Like so much stuff happened. What the hell?
Forging onto the Jewel Thief, I bolted, I clear the board. Phil, can I pause for a moment?
Yes, please.
So, in my head,
the last time I saw this was on the Pauper top 8 from this in the same matchup. Like Fire Blast on Avenging Hunter with 3 lands in play. Okay, so you fully clear the board, plus you answer the ram through with Fire Blast. Probably Gruul Finn didn't see that coming. But what is left?
there is not too much left. There's only 1 land. There's for sure not another land in my hand right now. I think because the ram through deals excess damage also to me. I just in my head was like, okay, so this would is potentially lethal, or if not, I will not come back from this anyways. Like if you kill my Flame Breather here and keep your creature and deal excess damage to me, I will not come back under any circumstance. So I guess what I have left in me is like fight for the initiative to like fetch a land to rebuild in a way. So that's why I was like, okay, so if I fully clear your board, you can of course like play more creatures out. But the probability of me being able to like burn one of the creatures dead and then steal the initiative, it's there at least. So I'm at least not dead.
But you, like, when you played the Flame Breather, you anticipated that you wanted to clear the board? Or was this rammed through kind of the gift presented to you and you took the opportunity?
Yeah, the second. I think now looking at it from this angle, I also think that I should have probably just went with a draw spell to increase my outs to like actually draw a gutter snipe and a land drop or something. So I think the Flame Breather here didn't achieve much realistically.
I mean, we can, let's wait. I think what you achieved is that you actually have a shot at fighting the initiative, but at the other hand, if they play a 3/3, you throw your Keswick into making a land drop at this point. I don't know. It's starting to get really shaky. If they have a Chrysalis here, it's completely over.
Gruul never has Chrysalis.
Okay. So the Forge went into nothing. They could have scryed if they wanted. And then, yeah, exactly. Now they have 2 creatures. But I mean, you got burn spells? Okay. Top deck land. No. Top deck looting again. All the things.
I mean, if I want to go full YOLO, there's also a Lava Dart in my grave, right? So.
Yes. I mean, you get the land back afterwards. What's the problem?
Yeah, I mean, they say that Red Madness wins without lands in play, so.
Yeah, why not play the whole game without lands in play? Okay, but now it already feels like the avenue is kind of biting you back. I mean, you can get the initiative this turn still. Now you got a snacker. I got a land. Good stuff. Yeah, but I wonder whether you are gonna attack into this Jewel Thief. It's so hard to believe.
I discard 2 draw spells and keep Mountain Bolt.
Okay, so we're full into the initiative line. This is incredible bullets. Okay, yeah, high respect for these lines. This is stupid, and you're also putting them to 12 with it. Unbelievable. Are you keeping the lava dart only for the backswing? Yeah, makes sense.
So, and here I make a crucial mistake actually, I think, because now would be a good time to
to cut off the mana.
Yes, to get rid of the Arbor Elf, but I let him untap, and because I know that there's a Hydra, but at this point I think I probably have forgotten.
And you probably have forgotten that the Arbor Elf is not only an attacker, or did you have that in mind?
Yeah, and I also had and this is also a thing. So I usually play only against Gruul versions that are not playing ace creatures, because I play test against Luca, and he's very against the gambling machine.
He's much of a blue Gruul player.
Yeah, exactly. And here you will see that the Malevolent Rumble reveals a hasty creature.
Interesting. He keeps the Arbor Elf. It's funny because in this kind of games, then like every Arbor Elf you flip is actually quite huge. I mean, Chrysalis would be better, but whatever. Okay, but I mean, what if you would have lava darted this Llanowar elf? I mean, all of the previous things would have happened anyways, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so probably still correct to do it.
Yeah, I would also say so.
Interesting. Like, can you put a finger on it? Like, whenever I play a deck like Red Madness, I don't even think about these lines. Like, did you have that before, or did it come up on the fly?
I think I was just very frustrated with my keep, and I was like, okay, how to make the best of it, and I kind of said to myself, let's just do the funny, you know. But sometimes I still am lacking the competence of like truly counting how much damage this deck can output if you just save your resources to the very last moment. And like with Gruul, I would have to have calculated a lot in my head, like, okay, there's now 10 damage trample on board, and how much realistically can he do and stuff. So I instead wanted to reduce that mental load, both from my burn perspective and also from his board perspective. And I was like, hey, let's fight for the initiative. Why not?
So instead of playing chess, you rather wanted to play rodeo or something. Yeah, okay, makes sense.
Yeah, I wanted to play in the mud. Yeah. So what do you say?
Okay.
What is the board state? What are my outs? What are Finn's outs?
I mean, you're at 6 or at 9? At 6, right?
Yeah.
It's your turn. You could swing for the initiative, but I mean, you kind of have to. Because otherwise you're just deadish. No, wait, the next is draw a card, right? Of course. Okay, so now it's just surviving, and then you got a lava dart and some lootings in the grave. Oh, I mean, looting could do some disgusting things next turn. But you need to survive. So you have a boarding party. That's a pretty easy jump. And then you have this trampling Hydra. I mean, it's fine, actually. Like, if Gruul is empty-handed, then tough to imagine that they can kill you next turn. But wait, is the initiative in the draw chapter, or is next the trap?
I already got trapped.
You got trapped, okay.
Yes.
No, but that's, I don't know, like, if they're empty-handed and this Hydra is a 3/4, I mean, you're gonna take damage from the Hydra, and the Arbor Elves, they cannot send into your creatures. Okay, so the question is probably whether you want a shot at the initiative to pump up a creature, but that would make your blocks a lot worse. I don't know. I think this looting is gonna win for you next turn, so you're chilling.
I think here I'm thinking about if I want to like dart something and swing into, like, I have here in this moment, I don't have the initiative right now, so I kind of want to get it back. For the forging and eventually trapping, basically.
Okay. But this is just to get the forging. How are you gonna block this boarding party now?
Yeah, this is a big no-no, whatever I'm doing right now. Like, multiple things are big no-no.
What else do you see?
I mean, I think I forged onto the Flame Breather to block the. To trade with the boarding party.
I mean, it's something.
It is something.
But I just wonder whether it's. And you put them on 7. But that was mainly by the lava dart.
Yeah. And he top decks the Hydra.
Yeah, I mean, so in hindsight, kind of nothing would have mattered, I guess.
Yeah, I think here now we're counting like, hey, I have a 5 toughness Flame Breather and a 2 toughness Gutter Snipe. If I would throw both of them in front of the boarding party with Hydra, could I technically survive? Yeah, but
and then you find out, no.
and we find out the Arbor Elf allowed just for too much mana. Oh. But it's so interesting watching this because you're so right. Like with the incorrect top decks, I was like fighting too much about the initiative in my head because there was no way without a good top deck that has board impact right away that he would kill me, right? Like just from a mathematical standpoint. So
I mean Hydra, obviously.
I mean, yeah, without help from the top. I mean, like just the board state, he couldn't kill me. And having the looting, which is like 3 damage already, would put him to 8. And 1 lava dart in the grave. So I'm thinking like, hey, maybe my best bet at actually winning maybe would have been to just wait. Don't take the initiative. Let him draw an extra card. And next turn, rip a looting, hope for a Fire Blast or more lava darts, basically. Because I had already 1 pinger and a Gutter Snipe out.
Yeah. But I don't know. For me, the takeaway is rather the other way around. Like I'm really used to these super conservative lines that you just described, just thinking about your outs, like damage maximization, taking every damage until it's lethal, blah, 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 blah. And then, but if like on this turn where you played the Keswick and then in end step, Fire Blast and Bolt, if in that situation you would have played for your out of killing them next turn, I think you would have lost on the spot. So the whatever avenue you went on there allowed you to answer their pressure. So you broke out of the mono red is the aggressor into the mono red is the board control. Then you stabilized on top of that. And I mean, some slips happened. So there was a Hydra and a bit unfortunate with the boarding party, but you bought yourself like 2 or 3 more turns to then set up a Keswick plus Gutter Snipe. So you send a lot of damage to creatures that you want to send face, but it bought you so much time that you got more resources to then go face again. It's quite neat game, I think.
Yeah, now that I like that you phrase it like that because also there are times where Gruul just draws lands for 2 turns in a row, you know? And I think I was, if I didn't clear the board, I was basically in a situation where I would have to find a lot or like exactly the cards that I need to win. And by answering the board, I was basically putting pressure on the Gruul player saying, you have to now again find stuff in a way.
Yeah, but funnily also everything was only made possible because they proactively played Ram through. Because you would have probably not played it, or I don't know. But if you would have played it, it would have been the blowout in the other direction. So it also was you set yourself up for a neat window and it was presented to you. Okay, so I see a hand with more land, like that. And I mean, sideboard-wise, maybe you can talk us through this.
Yeah, I put in, of course, the Searing Blazes, all 3. And I put in 1 cast into the fire. And I took out all the snackers. And my reasoning was just, of course, Searing Blaze, like remove creatures and go face. It's like a 2-for-1 in this deck, and there are so many 3/3 creatures in the opponent's deck. And the 1 cast into fire was to have even more, I would say, opportunities to kill the Arbor Elves, to remove like smaller stuff. Maybe even in a crucial situation, remove like an elf or an Eldrazi spawn that would ramp them to 5 mana or something that's too early. But yeah, I just wanted to have basically more instant speed spells to sling.
Okay, and from their side, Finn has a Feed the Clan. You gain 10 life. 2 mana instant, quite handy. Relic of Progenitus, but I don't know if you want to go that far against Mono Red. If you know the matchup, you probably know that you take out the snackers. Then 2 Weather the Storm. And I think this is also not where Breath Weapon shines, or what do you think?
Yeah, I probably don't think so. I think you just, as a Gruul player, you just pressure.
Oh, okay, sorry, the game has started. Okay, turn 3 already. Got a snipe from you. Turn 2, Jewel Thief from Gruul, and now, without a land drop, Chrysalis. Okay, so board is locked, but you have an unanswered gutter snipe now.
Yep, and
18 damage. I've seen it before.
this is basically for testing, right? I have another gutter snipe in hand, and playing the first one I did because I wanted to test if they have removal. Because if they don't have, and like they are, replaceable, right? And if they have removal, then okay, 1 gutter snipe is gone, but 1 removal is also gone. But if they don't, then, and if they play a Chrysalis instead of removing my gutter snipe, I know that we're in for a treat.
And I mean, what did you do on your turn 2? Like, perfect would have been robbery, of course.
I did nothing, but in hindsight, I could have grabbed the prize away the Fire Blast, but I think my hand was just so constructed that with 2 gutter snipes, I was like, Fire Blast, free spell, like, I'm not gonna
why would you throw that away?
Yeah, that's why turn 2 I actually did nothing.
Okay, so you have grabbed the prize. I don't know, if you top deck something decent that you can discard, that's 6 damage, and then Fire Blast is 8 damage. Okay, so 2 damage missing. Okay, they're going for trample aggro, but this is more like a 3-turn clock than a 2-turn clock.
Yeah.
Okay, this hits for 8 and this for 3. Okay, so it is a 2-turn clock.
It is 11 damage right now. So that's...
But I mean, what you're gonna do? They all trample, you're gonna...
Yeah.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing you can do.
But
plus, if they have ram through, you're definitely dead next turn.
Yeah, that for sure. But I know that they don't have it because they would have played it in their turn now on gutter snipe.
Okay, you're digging for something to discard. You find Kasich. Kasich is also lethal. That's the 2 extra damage, no? You don't have a non... But it doesn't matter, like the grab is probably gonna find you what you need. You just need a bolt or something. But I mean, here you just have to go for it. You're at 6 life. You're not gonna answer this Chrysalis. I would go grab the prize, discard mountain. Or Keswick. No. Keswick and then... Wait. Discarding Keswick. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Because this deals 2 damage, and the Keswick would have probably not dealt more than 2 damage. And now I keep my land, so...
Temper is 7. Yeah, and then Fire Blast is 8. Perfect. All right.
We did it.
We did it.
We did it. We beat the Gruul.
Yeah, I was thinking about Lightning Bolt being your out, and then you could have played the Keswick. Yeah, but then you have to discard the land. Yeah, it's more risky.
I think so, because with the land, I set myself up to draw another draw spell to find a bolt. Like the land is just so good. In this situation. And I think as I said, like the Keswick is probably not gonna deal more than 2 damage anyways. So
yeah,
I can also just discard it and keep more options open for me. Also just as a side note, also for example, the Searing Blaze, I need landfall for that. Like Searing Blaze, I need landfall. Temper, I need 3 mana. So I think the odds were probably higher by keeping the 1 mana extra.
It's really funny because now that you sit here, I don't feel the pressure to think through all these lines. Like, if we were both in the dark, I would have probably counted the mana and such.
Yeah.
But it's like you have the solution sitting next, so why bother?
It's also very weird for me because I know how everything ends, so I don't want to spoil it. But to do a good job commentating, basically, I would have to state all of the possible game actions, I would say, or all the possible routes that one could take here. But yeah, of course, it's harder to think about the lines that you didn't take in a way, because I didn't take them, so maybe I'm not even aware of the lines that exist.
Okay, so I'm looking forward to see the dynamic change now, or because like last game you had a turn 5 kill, nothing to be done on turn 4, but Finn also had a turn 5 kill, but they were on the draw. So now they're on the play. So either you have to be faster, or you need to even disrupt Finn meaningfully. Could be possible. I don't know, Lava Dart, something like that. Or this game will be more like the first game, where you just did not pass each other by, but interact more. Let's see.
Here you see me definitely being like a grown-up, because it was a very, very, very juicy hand, but it had only 1 land. So I said to myself, better not do that, you know. Not again.
Better not do that.
Yeah. You have to keep enough 1-landers that fail, so that you kind of repeatedly learn that this is something that you shouldn't do.
I mean, with this deck, the only 1-landers that make any sense are if you have 1 or even better 2 lootings. But besides that, nothing makes any sense, I would say.
This is so beautiful. This is so beautiful.
Lava Dart, yes.
The keep.
That's what I was talking about.
So you were asking what hand to keep, right? And
now you got the disruption hand.
I decided I go the control route, basically. I mean, I didn't decide. I also the fate has decided for me, basically. Because I started with 2 Searing Blaze, Lava Dart, land, and Robbery.
Oh, wow. This is a concession. Like, there's literally no 1-drop ramp and no other 3-drop in hand.
And this is so interesting because I was sitting there, flabbergasted, looking at a Hydra for 3.
You do that against blue fairies, but that's about it.
Yes. And my read here basically is basically that Finn has a hand, like no good other 3-drop, that's for sure. And he must have a hand that requires a creature on board, in some sense. Either that needs a clock or that requires a creature of some sort. Because this Hydra is a 2/3, so the clock is not even real. Like, it's nothing, you know?
So that would point towards ram through, basically.
I think so. So at
But
least.
don't they have a repurposer in hand? I thought I saw a repurposer in their hand. Oh, that's a chrysalis. Yeah, makes only sense. Oh, this is even better than if it was just a random repurposer. Oh, okay, this is a chrysalis hand. This is a chrysalis hand, but no red sources. Okay, you have all lands, a temper, and what is the 4th card? Ah, another Searing Blaze.
Yeah.
Okay, control player doing control player things. Ooh. Okay, now you plot again and set up for the next turn.
I don't even know what I did here.
You could also play the gutter snipe.
Because.
But there's no upside to that, I think. Not much, at least. 1 mana or something.
I am thinking really hard right now, but I think the upside of playing Gutter Snipe here is that next turn you have 4 mana, so you can do 2 spells. I mean, it's more mana efficient in a way. And if you.
But I mean, if you count the temper, if you count that you're gonna cast the temper anyways, then I think it kind of doesn't matter.
Yeah, and here you. Yeah. It's.
I think this makes way more sense. This was top deck Crew Shot. So do you still put them on ram through here?
I think 100%.
So that means you play the Keswick, do the damage that you can, and chill, or you keep it back?
That of course means I play a Gutter Snipe.
I mean gutter snipe, sorry.
Yeah. That was Max.
Showing a middle finger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so my thought is I want to do the damage. Of course, we do this properly, so we draw first, then the madness trigger resolves.
And we probably don't point the temper at the Crew Shock. You still have Lava Dart in the grave. Okay, I see. Now I see. Just making sure that no ram through happens. So it feels like your shortcut for this match is if ram through doesn't happen and I don't die, I can just do whatever.
Yes. Exactly. Like, I am fully in board control mode. And you see me thinking right here because a fiery temper to the face is also 5 damage. So
I see you suffering, to be honest.
then the opponent is already on 10. But here I'm thinking the opponent skipped an entire turn, then the next turn spent all their mana playing a Crew Shock. And these are like not the best creatures you can deploy, right? So I'm thinking.
Mean, before mana, only green. Arguably, it is the best creature, but. But it also helps on the axis of you not dying, so.
And at the very least, it buys me time. And I think now.
It only gets punished if they have a 3-drop plus ram through, but apparently they didn't have a 3-drop earlier. Now they have ram through in hand at least. I mean, this must hurt from a Gruul perspective. They spent like 5 or 6 turns doing nothing, basically.
And now I get to combat damage, you know? Yeah. Yeah, so I think the avenue here is just control the board completely, that there are no surprises. There's no red mana in play, so there's also no haster, there's no chrysalis, so nothing can like really happen to me right now. The ram through needs a target. So here I even delay my land drop just to keep Searing Blaze online. Because I'm still anticipating some 3-drop to be played eventually. And if I get to swing for 3 every turn, I think I'm chilling. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. Oh no, they have the life gain cards. Oh, here we go. But they don't control the creature. It's so sad.
Yeah, it gains 5, but 10 if you would control a creature with power 4 or greater.
Yeah, and the difference between 5 and 10 is 1 turn here, sadly. Okay, Moritz. Yeah, the art of playing mono red burn on full display. 3 different versions of it. Okay.
Yeah, and on this deck, I just Fire Blast him, and I'm basically. If there would have been another life gain spell, of course, that's.
Double ram through, double chrysalis, and a hunter. So.
Yeah, and I have to give it to Finn. Like, he explains me after the match that he kept his hand because he thought that the enchantment is one that makes color. So that it's basically not a wild growth, but a utopia sprawl. And that's why he kept the hand blindly and he instantly regretted it, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to ask whether this was maybe a bit too risky of a keep, but yeah, if this was overseen, then it explains it.
And I think my final move of like putting the Fire Blast on the stack was even a bit risky because he also shows that he plays Weather the Storm.
Yeah.
So sacrificing my mountains there could have also been bad because with the weather on top, that's like gaining 12 again.
I mean, you could wait until upkeep if you play around weather, and you can wait for ram through if you play around ram through.
Yeah, so I think I was just a little greedy at the moment. I was like, okay, you have showed me nothing for a bunch of turns. So the probability of them maybe even having another life gain spell was probably even high because they didn't play to the board. So maybe I should have just waited for upkeep. That's true. But
I think you were a shark smelling blood.
I have learned from Eric. Eric, our Rakdos Madness player. When I play Junt, I like keep open my mana. You know, I present 7 cards in hand all the time. But he just looks deeply into my soul and sends his last bolt my way when I'm on 3 HP. And
you never have it.
And like with a certain tone, he then asks, Und? Hast du's? And I never have it. So, I was channeling my inner Erik here. Ja.
Does he wait until the upkeep at least, or just full flex on own end step?
Sometimes like that, sometimes like that. Depends on how long the game has already been going on and how tired we are of the game.
And how much of a message he wants to send.
Exactly. Yeah, so
okay.
It was very weird seeing myself play. Thank you.
Why though?
I think I like it because now we can get to like watch it together and see if there were any like mistakes or something. But I just feel off commentating it, you know? I just feel like I could ramble on about every micro decision all the time, but that was basically would spoil the whole thing. And sometimes the micro decision is also just let's fight for the initiative, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, attached to that decision, usually a lot of factors. And I think I would assume that if we ever watched one of my games, I could babble on forever about it. So I was kind of astonished by your disciplined, just smirking smile on camera, but not going in and on about everything. Okay, so with that, we say goodbye to you, Moritz, and see later what you do with your 3-0 and check out the next round.
Yes, let's go into the next.
Welcome to round 4, where we still have Moritz on the left side playing Red Madness against Sasha on Red Synthesizer, the Kessig Flame Breather impulse draw built with Tomb Raider and such. Kind of a deck that has been out of high tier contestation for some time, I would say. Like Rally and Madness being the more prevalent ones. Last time I saw Red Synthesizer was during the BG Glee Propagaton meta.
Oh, a long time ago.
Because Kessig Flame Breather could dodge Breath Weapon, importantly, in a Kuldota meta.
Yeah, I think also it's this weird hybrid, right? Like it is not Red Rally that is like fully swinging in all the time, threatening a lot of damage on board. And it's also not the Red Madness build, which relies on the heavy hitters like Gutter Snipe. It's like some mix. And I think it's a little more, I would say not consistent. Maybe it is more consistent, but it is at least more, what I like about it, it's more linear in a way. So you push damage on board, so you get to reduce the HP points like that to like 12 or something, and then you have like some burn on top of it, finishing the opponent off, even with Galvanic Blast being, of course, the best damage spell in this deck.
So I remember when I tested Red Madness, Max played quite a few rally matches against me. And it felt horrible for Red Madness. Like in general, if the opponent plays some 10 or 12 lightning bolt effects, this is a really tough call for your Gutter Snipe plan. And you don't really want to use your lightning bolts on the Tomb Raider or something, but there's just no way around it. So I felt to win with Madness against the creature mono-red decks asks you for a very specific position in the match. I think like just somehow surviving the first 2-3 turns and then like I don't know, get a snacker online, but you probably also bought them out. I don't know. Okay, now here the problem is you of course can't tell me so much.
I can tell you that.
do have the Tomb Raider.
I
We
can
do
tell
have the
you.
mentioned Tomb Raider start. And this is putting your hand at a test already. Like, do you have the bold? No, you don't. Okay. So now you're gonna take another at least 2 of this. Maybe you can trade this Epicure for another creature, but I don't know. Until you have something, this Tomb Raider is gonna make your life tough. Okay, another increasing amount of damage. Thermo Alchemist.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
I think it's already kind of sus. Like Sasha won the die roll, kept a healthy 7, so I'm already kind of sweating, as a red player. And I think it's exactly like you said. Like, I cannot stick a gutter snipe in this matchup, and my opponent knows that. So gutter snipe only really is online if I have made 4 land drops at least. And that's worrisome because to make 4 land drops, and I do not want to waste my other resources in the time frame, right? Like the bolts and everything, because I need them to actually win. So it's kind of weird. I think it's tough
But
to
you have
navigate.
Temper and a draw spell in hand, right?
Right now, yes.
Oh yeah, but this is, I mean, even if you make the gutter snipe work and like, I don't know, extract some 8 damages out of it, it's a 3 mana card. Like it's the by far most in a mono red mirror. This is like in another match, it's a 7 mana card or something. It's just way too expensive, takes up way too much of your turn. Sorcery speed. I think here you have to block the monkey. Okay, you don't want to give a card. Oof. Yeah, tough spot. I think this Alchemist, yeah, is gonna give 1 to 2 damage every turn. Sasha is stuck on 2 lands. But you have a draw spell, so you can at least draw spell plus temper on either the Tomb Raider or the...
There's no draw spell, unfortunately. The hand right
What
now
is the
is
second card?
Epicure, Bolt, Temper und Gutter Snipe.
And why did you not block the monkey?
I think I just didn't want to get them the land or like one additional look, essentially. I mean, I wasn't aware that they haven't made a land drop because they can also do it in the second main phase, right? But sometimes it's right to bite the bullet and just block him and give the opponent 1 extra card. But I think I was here under the impression that I'm so much on the back foot that I need to... that I will not win by blocking the monkey, basically. I would probably rather swing in myself or present another
Oh, really?
Epicure to double block the Tomb Raider.
Oh, but you're not attacking even.
Yeah. I think in my head I was like, okay, I need to double block the Tomb Raider to kill it. Because I do not want to waste a bolt on it, because that is very precious for later on.
Okay, so then you're basically stating you're never gonna block this monkey.
Yes, it's 1 damage a turn. I think I can take that.
I mean, this is promising because if this goes wrong, yeah, of course it does. This is kind of what gets you back in the game. Like they time walk themselves, basically.
Yeah. So here, because the
I mean,
1
now
damage
you got
a
a
turn,
shot, actually.
That's totally fine. There's also Metalcraft not online right now. So I'm not worrying too much about the explosive, like Gulf Blast, something. I know that there's Lightning Bolt and Rens Resolve, so I know that they probably want to play that next turn. Probably first the Rens Resolve to find the land drop. And of course, with the Lightning Bolt in exile right now, being castable, I don't think I can play the gutter snipe here. Because it would essentially be throwing it away. And the gutter snipe in hand is the only thing that keeps my hopes and dreams alive.
No, but I wonder, do you play looting here?
Yes.
You
I mean, I did, but I'm not even sure what exactly am I looking for.
I mean, those are good cards on one hand, but they're only good like in 2 turns and 2 land drops.
I think the looting here was incorrect because I didn't have good things to discard anyway. So what am I even looking for? Like, I cannot get rid of the land because, as we established, I need 4 lands at least to even play the gutter snipe. I don't really want to get rid of the bolt because it's like 5 damage once a gutter snipe is on board. So the looting itself also here doesn't ping, right? So essentially it is betting because I'm so much on the back foot. It's betting, or it's risking that I need to find value pieces off the top of my deck, which I think in this case.
But then again, if you like your hand had nothing, and if you do nothing for the whole turn and then top deck 1 card next turn, chances that the situation has changed are also slim. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Like I have to take risks because I'm so much behind right now. But
you draw all the stuff that you really don't want to see.
And drawing the 3rd gutter snipe when I pitched the land, like that's horrible. That's just.
But what happened? They found a land. They played both their cards. Okay.
And then you have Anti-Festivities in exile that can be cast.
How you play out the gutter snipe?
Yeah, I mean one of them. I have the other one still in hand. Like I have to,
Nothing else to do. Yeah. And you discarded a land to the looting.
Yeah, that was also not ideal, I would say.
Okay, wow. They go face already. That's absurd. That's it? Oh, you were at 6. I thought you were at 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this was clunky hand, and they had a really good start. I mean, turn 4, something they also stuck on land, but nothing much to be done.
How would you navigate this matchup? Like, what do you think has to happen to win? Because I also think that Madness here is unfavored just because of the early board pressure that the other deck can build, together with the, I don't know how many removal spells for the pingers. So that combination is just so bad. Like,
so I think like 50% of the decks are the same. I mean, maybe it's not even true, but it feels like. So it is a mirror, like, but it's a mirror that's not symmetrical.
Mm-hmm.
And the difference is that, that gutter snare plays good in the first 3 to 5 turns. Plus, you have problems answering it naturally. But actually, gutter snipe, if the dust settles, actually presents like a late game trump for you. But to get there, a lot of things need to happen. And I think this is okay because this just means that you just point every removal spell at the creatures and move on with life.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the issue in the matchup is that their draw spells are better than yours. So unless you discard a snacker or a temper with your draw spell, it's worse than just the impulse draw. So they out aggro you, and then they have also better draw spells than you. It's really terrible.
Yeah, I think like my statement for the Gruul match was incorrect. I didn't think I did not board out snackers there. I just remember I board out snacker out here, I think. I board out the 4 snackers and board in the Searing Blazes and 1 cast into the fire. And of course the Searing Blaze is one of the best cards you can have in this matchup. because it like removes a creature and reduces the life total. Duh. And I think the Snackers I bored out because they're essentially too slow, because they also enter tapped and they don't really achieve much. Like at best, they can swing in, but also the red pingers, they play Enter Festivities and Lava Darts. So the value is, I would say, marginal, with no immediate impact. They're in a dream scenario, they would block a Tomb Raider, but when is that gonna happen? But with that, I of course also lose very valuable discard targets, right?
Yeah, and I think then at that point your draw engine is just weaker than theirs. And I know that a lot of people are fond of Searing Blaze, but whenever I play a mono red deck, I hate it. It's like, to me, it's just the fact that it's 2 mana is. I enjoy Lightning Bolt just a lot more than Searing Blaze. Like Lightning Bolt is serious instant speed as well, and Searing Blaze is sorcery speed basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, is it worth 1 more mana that you also deal 3 to the face? Maybe. But yeah, everything I bought it in the match that's more than 1 mana, I usually found pretty clunky.
But you kind of have to, I think, like the Searing Blaze.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to. This is the only edge that you have, basically.
But I feel like it's more like a sideboard card where you're like, okay, I have some main board cards that I have to get rid of, and this is good enough. But it's not the sideboard card like Weather the Storm or something, you know, that you put in and it's like on the back of this, I'm going to win the game. And I mean, now you're on the play. I sometimes wonder if you even have to take out the gutter snipes, but then again, they are really what wins you the game, so they probably have to stay in. So here, let's see how the first 3 turns go, but if you survive the first 3 turns on, let's say, 15 life, I think then only you start having a game. If you're on the back foot by that point,
yeah,
it's really, really difficult to recover.
Yep, I think I agree. Like, I have to stay healthy until I made my 3-4 land drops. Only then I can really, like, contest any sort of win. You see that Sasha keeps 7. I go down to 5 right now because I think the first one was a no-lander, the second one was a very sketchy 1-lander, and the last thing that you want in a mono-red mirror is to be stuck on lands.
Yeah.
This is now mulligan to 5 and still a 1-lander, but I think with 2 Epicures and being on 5, this is like keepable, I would say. Or like keepable means I think I have to keep it. I put down Gutter Snipe and Fiery Temper. I'm not so sure. I mean, the Gutter Snipe for sure, because that is just way too much into the future.
Temper with Highway Robbery could be sweet. And I think it's actually correct to block here. Like, I also thought that in the last game. But you cannot recover life, and I think this is the really, really crucial resource.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah, and it's so, like, this is kind of unfair. Like, look at their hand. Their draw spell is 1 mana. Their interaction is 1 mana. That's the difference, you know? That's exactly this card. This is what there's a banger in this matchup. Searing Blaze, I don't know. I think it's a joke.
Yeah, and
Yeah, this is just rough.
this is very rough because I'm missing land drops. I now have to probably like cycle blood to find something, or like to do a looting or something. Probably I do looting because I see 2 cards.
Yeah, okay. It's I mean, what to do?
So I discard the probably Fire Blast because and grab the prize because that's way too far into the future. And the Searing Blaze I keep because I anyways only win if I make a land drop next turn. And then the Searing Blaze is gonna be really good. Because in no scenario whatsoever will I continue to thrive without a land drop, right? And then the Searing Blaze actually does work.
By taking up your whole turn. Yeah, no, but on the other hand, I mean, Sasha's on 3 lands, and you can see like 80% of their card is 1 mana, and they can just throw them all at you. They have quadruple, triple the amount of permanents in play now, and it just gets more and more every turn. Okay, that's something.
Yeah, I think that's now there's only 1 damage on the board coming in, so that's not even too bad. Of course, like
But you're at
Galvanic Blast.
9, I mean, it's really tough to script something where you win this.
Snap land drop. Okay, do you Searing Blaze here? Because I think I don't, yeah.
No.
You see, I think I need, yeah.
Okay. Wait, why did they... You had mana open, but why did they not do that earlier? No, it's not over. I thought it's...
Yeah,
okay.
no, it was. And he just...
Oh, man. Yeah, of course. Boom, bam, boom, dead. I mean, you have to give it to a deck that's built like a slide deck, you know? The 90s. This was invented at some point, you know? People play only 1-drops in their deck, in their mono red deck.
Yeah.
Impulse and Keswick is kind of a abstraction from that already. Your deck is different. This is not a mono red aggro deck. This is more like a really technical value combo deck, I would say. And you can see the difference because if you would have, like, if you were on a 1-lander, but your cards were at least Epicure, Tomb Raider, and such, and a Sinti, I don't know, you would have at least come out in a different spot than if all cards in your hand are 2 mana or 3 mana, and you can only play some Epicures and some Bowls on 1 mana.
I think that's a very good observation, and I think that's why it's so different from other red decks, because we have heard so many stories of Max being like stuck on a 1-lander for like 3 or 4 turns, but the first 3 turns of the Red Synth can be Monkey, Tomb Raider, Chain Lightning, you know, or Monkey, Tomb Raider, Synth, or like there are so many ways that this deck can go.
Or Tomb Raider.
I mean, of course, and Red Madness, like you really have to be aware of that you have no real 1-drop besides Epicure. Like there's no 1 mana play in this deck that you want to do besides Epicure. I mean, there are like bolts or whatever, or lava darts. Okay, in some matchups, this is very relevant. For example, the lava dart. But most of the time, you 100% need your second land. Just to get your engine going, just to develop enough land drops so you actually achieve the goal of dropping a pinger or get a snipe at some point. So, yeah, I think I was tremendously unlucky. But that's also magic, you know?
Yeah, and I think the problem is that if you would have won game 1, then this kind of game 2 can always happen, and then you get to fight it out on the 3. but like this, it's just this anticlimactical outcome to a match where you don't get to play and it's over after game 2.
And I distinctively remember that I was also like, I mean, this was a 20-minute match, right? Like, this is nothing. And I also said to Sasha, he was like, hey, see, yeah, like, you were stuck on one land, like, what can you do? And I was like, hey, let's do one more game. Like, off camera, just so I can, like, get a rep in. I also lost, but this time it was at least a game. So, respect to Sasha,
But
of
the
course.
same dynamic, right? Like they have the tempo,
Yeah.
you need to answer it, and unless you overcome a lot, you can never try to set a foot in the game.
Exactly. It's you throw away your balls on like some Tomb Raider because you have to, and then eventually you just lose because they draw better and they just present more pressure, and you never get to that magical I slam a gutter snipe and deal 18 from hand. Because also
I wonder whether you maybe have to keep in the snackers. I don't know, it's dreamy, but it takes like too much turns, of course, but if you get the snackers rolling, just maybe one or two of them, then maybe this can be your value and also at the same time an answer to the board. I mean, you still die to the pingers, of course, when you're too slow. I don't know, maybe it's dreamy, but taking out gutter snipe and keep in the snackers, who knows?
But I think you're onto something. I also felt when I played the match, I also felt like even though it's kind of a dream scenario that the snacker stays alive and maybe even gets to block or to attack or whatever. But it's just one of those pieces that just stays, and with every draw spell, like this gives my draw spells that are essentially a little bit worse most of the time, more value. And I think this alone might be worth it. But it's of course very slow and stuff, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, and like at the point where I think the problem is that maybe they come online when it's already too late, and the pinger deck switches to throwing bolts at your face. Yeah, maybe it's just too slow. But in the ideal scenario, you trade the snackers with a lot of their resources.
Yeah.
Like if they just fire off and end the festivities, I mean, it's a great answer to the snackers, but they use the card in hand to deal with something that will be back 2 turns later. But yeah, you need kind of pressure. Tough task for these snackers in this game.
Yeah, so GG to Sasha, of course, ruining my dreams of a 5-0. Yeah, and with that, I also have to say goodbye from the feature table, you know. Was a real heartbreak. Yeah.
But it was nice to have you, Moritz. I hope to see you here again.
I hope to see us both at one time, because that would be hilarious. If we get paired on table number 1 and we get to commentate it afterwards, imagine.
Yeah. No. I have lower set goals for the last stage. But if we meet on the feature table in between, I'm not denying that.
Hey, we can meet round 1. Like match number 1. We just have to be a little bit lucky, you know.
But that will be the worst.
I mean, it's fun nonetheless. But yeah, so that was it with my Red Madness experiment on the beautiful feature table. And I think we now have the grand finale coming up.
See you there.
Oh, Phil, you know what? Actually, I'm so happy that we can now witness this. This will be the second to last final that we'll cast on the Lega Pauper Lipsia season 2. You know, like you have to appreciate it.
So who are we appreciating? I still don't see the overlay.
We are appreciating, of course, Clemo on Weenie on the left side, and still Sasha playing Red Synth on the right side.
Ooh, mono white against mono red. I hear the voices in my head. Terrible matchup. All the life gain. What are you supposed to do? Strands. Is it as desperate or is there agency?
I guess every deck can win against every other deck in some circumstance, but I also would say that White Weenie must be heavily favored, just because also the inspectors with 1-2 the life gain and everything, but it's not a free win, and we know Clemo, who likes to play these decks with a lot of flying creatures and a lot of 1 toughness flying creatures, and not relying on them to win, but kind of betting on that side. And Sasha, of course, has anti-festivities, even 1 main and lava darts to somewhat deal with that. But we'll see, I guess. We'll see if the aggression of the red player can overwhelm the Weenie player, because I think that's the only avenue you can really win.
Sasha just asked Clemo, who are you talking to? Why did you do that? Are we being watched? Okay.
And that's a great start.
How about a start? How about nice on the play start? Clemo has an eagle in hand. That's good. So that's their second land drop, and now they can play an inspector. Okay.
Sasha must have not played against mono white so often that he takes time to read the cards. But we also have to
pretending it to gain an edge.
But I also like the narrative in itself that to get here, Clemo on White Weenie had to go 4-0, right? So there's also like a full story probably that he survived through. Because White Weenie, of course, not the easiest deck to go undefeated with, I would say.
Mm-hmm. I mean, good positioned in the current meta, but still I also find it, how you say, quite impressive with such a fair deck.
Ooh.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Oh, Sasha is running lava darts. That's sick.
Yeah, I think two
That's
lava
a
darts.
decent way to get rid of an inspector, I would say.
Okay, so Clemo's missing a land drop
probably
right now.
So he's deciding between Squadron Hawk and drawing a card, I assume?
I also assume so.
But I mean, if you play Squadron Hawk, is there a argument for discarding Battle Screech when you go to cleanup?
Yeah, that's kind of true. And realistically, of course, you take the opportunity to make a land drop this turn, but you're also pulling 3 cards out of your deck. 3 non-land cards.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, I would go nervous, because if you can lose with Weenies against mono red, this is kind of the path.
Yeah. Yes.
And I hate to be in that position. Okay, yeah. So this route was taken. Battle Screech discarded in the cleanup step. So 2 more Hawks or whatever deployed, and then there is some free birds. Clemo will take this, I guess, but he's now at 12, so yeah. Dangerous territory.
It's really dangerous, and there's no way to gain life right now. So I think, of course, this delays the Battle Screech, but he really, really wants to preserve his life total, I think.
Lava. Oh, wow. I didn't see that coming. Oh, he has still 2 lands.
Wait, that's aggressive.
Play. But I mean, if you have 2 lands left with this deck, it's kind of fine, right?
Probably.
Okay, but still no land drop and...
No land drop, only the inspector.
And Clemo is kind of setting up to jump block again, no?
Yes.
Yep.
Oof, this doesn't feel too good.
Okay. And now they don't have a 1-drop in hand. That sucks.
They found
But
the
at
land
least
drop though.
they found a land.
Yeah.
But now they can play Squadron Hawk and then nothing else again. Terrible.
Oof. Okay, Sasha drew another lava dart. I only imagine at this point that you dart the Squadron Hawk just to swing in, right? You already have one lava dart in the grave. I mean, you can also like count right now. It's 3. He has 2 burn spells for 6 damage.
Yeah.
So if you now swing with 2,
good.
puts to 8, then that's 6, and lava dart should be lethal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is how you go.
Yeah, that's exactly how red can win. Like, you just have to be overly aggressive, and I mean, in this case, Clemo just really stumbled. Like, I think the not drawing a land, relying on deploying chump blockers. Yeah.
And I mean, the only choice Clemo had was to use a clue earlier to find the land, but there was not so much upside. Maybe before he played the second inspector, so he could then go land drop inspector, but no. It sounds all horrible. It's all dependent on like, I don't know, 40% that you draw land at all.
Yeah, and the Squadron Hawk.
But yeah, as you said, things are possible.
Things really are possible.
I think here Raffine's Informant would have been really good. I don't know if Clemo runs this, because, you know, I'm still always wondering, like, what did the Squadron Hawk replace?
There are for Raffine's Informant.
Okay, so you would not cut this. I see.
But post-board, I think, okay, so what can Clemo take in? In theory, there's Holy Light, but I don't think that comes in. That's just too slow with 3 mana. He probably just puts in the Martyr of Sands for the life gain, because as we can see, like, if even in this board state, if Clemo had enough life to just survive, he would be fine. Like, he now found a land drop, he could deploy more creatures, and at some point, like, if he wouldn't be under so much pressure to chump block, he can just hold back, for example, 2 inspectors, or he can hold back his creatures and Thraben Charm, and then slowly stabilize like that, basically. But he was just stuck with too many high cost cards in hand without making land drops, basically.
And I would argue that this mono red version is probably where Martyr of Sands is the best against. Like, all the other red decks have either ever increasing damage or ever increasing cards in hand. And this is the kind of fairest on that scope.
Yeah.
So here, if you just gain 15, I don't know, you just gain so much time.
Yeah, so that was also interesting. Like, what is Sasha bringing in here, right? So probably end the festivities, of course. Just to get rid of all the small critters. Maybe cast into fires.
Everything has 2 toughness, so.
Okay, so Clemo on white Weenie, no turn 1 play, and the red player, of course, Tomb Raider.
Okay, Raffine is a good blocker.
And discarding Strands. I've seen that Clemo had the Lunak Veteran in hand, by the way, that he chose to not deploy on turn 1.
Yeah, maybe they want to protect it from removal and deploy it only when it also gains life.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Which I think Clemo can slow play some cards a bit to do this stuff.
For sure.
Also, Martyrs of Sands, because we didn't point it out, and I didn't know that card 1 month ago. It's a 1/1 white creature for 1 mana. It has the effect for 1 mana, and you reveal X white cards from your hand and sacrifice the creature. And then you gain 3 times X life. So with 5 white cards in hand, you gain 15 lives here. But before we get to see any of that, Strands answers bold.
Yes.
And also, Sasha didn't want to trade Tomb Raider with Raffine's Informant.
No, there was no option to trade.
Well, you can attack, and if the block comes, and then with Strands on the stack, you can bolt.
That's fair, I guess. Oh, maybe that would have been. I mean, that of course would have been very telling that you have to bolt, but I mean that's fine, right? You could probably like if Clemo wouldn't want to trade, he could just also. Yeah.
Hardcast Strands.
But that's totally
okay,
fine.
Yeah, here things get dire.
No, that's fine. I mean, for Clemo, that's totally fine.
Yeah, of course, it's huge for
Yeah,
Clemo.
okay, I thought, yeah. Because like we said, like now he's trading resources, but Clemo is basically 2-for-1ing the resources.
Yeah, every Strands has now traded with a bolt. Oof. And the Informant is still in play. Ouch.
Yeah.
Okay, but Sasha has a full grip. Now Clemo is in the... Okay, now I have 4 land drops, and here comes the white Weenie magic.
So this deck is so honest. Like there's no card advantage really currently. Like Clemo just has cards that just play themselves out. He's now gonna Thraben Charm, remove the Tomb Raider, and probably maybe send the Raffine's Informant into the mix. So he now gets to basically clock.
I think Raffine's Informant is really good in this match.
Oh, he put in Holy Light actually.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. It's just if you can 2-for-1 with it, it's already good.
Okay, yeah. I thought because it's like another 3 mana card that is like slightly conditional, I think it was maybe not the best,
but at least pretty high impact. Well, not as high as it could be, of course.
Yeah, and
it's funny, like I think it's funny, like they both played out 1 creature and then spent 2 turns just fighting over them. And Clemo won this fight. So and now that this is usually the games that get settled on these interactions.
And it's so funny,
unusual to see only 1 creature of mono red, but yeah, here we have it.
What do you even do as mono red right now? Like you definitely bolt or lava dart the thing before it enters, that's true, but your opponent is still on 18 and has lethal in 2 turns on board right now.
It's so interesting. Like Clemo slow played the Lunak Veteran so much. In the moment it hits the board, it gets lava darted anyways. But yeah. I don't know, at this point, I think White Weenie has too much card advantage.
Yes.
And not the card advantage in the form of drawing cards, but
the 2-for-1s.
Just, yeah, all the 2-for-1, so.
Yeah. I'm so much used to like the Wellspring dispute that I'm like, you're not really drawing cards, but no, like he's putting stuff on the table from the graveyard, so.
But you could argue that the card advantage Clemo is producing is actually like relevant game pieces in comparison to the options that Junt or blue decks generate. But I think with Clemo on 15 live and Sasha not having any pingers, I mean, they can do 11 damage before Clemo has life gain, but oof.
That's so tough. Like, you have to block with the monkey, hoping to find... But then you lose Metalcraft also, but I mean, you have to risk it probably. Let's see what the monkey flips, because...
Clemo did not
Synthesizer.
attack with the flyer, I find interesting.
And not with the inspector. I mean, probably...
maybe to block on the backswing.
To block on the backswing. Okay, that's Lava Dart in grave, Lava Dart in hand. So that's 3 damage. And another Gulf Blast flipped. That's 4, so that's 7 right now.
It's so close.
Oh my god, no.
And we have
strands. Oh my god.
Okay. And I think it's firmly over.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Like,
this is 8 damage on board. They can try to somewhat survive. Yeah, they have to try to survive with the lava darts. And Clemo has Remotion Rally.
That's just crazy. And I think
he's such a funny card.
He's only thinking about right now, do I want to reveal this information to my opponent? Because there's no downside to playing it, right?
If you control the planes, you may tap an untapped creature you control instead of paying its cost. Creatures you control get +1/+1.
But you pay the mana.
You mean for the next match?
Yeah.
No, but come on, you want to win here.
Yeah, of course. Like, he can now sack a mountain in response.
He was thinking whether.
What?
I think he was thinking whether to hardcast it or to draw for turn. You know.
That's also true, because with the buff, he would have probably have lethal even without the one attacker.
No, like, I think he was debating whether it was in his upkeep, so he didn't know what he would draw.
What would that change?
Whether you want to spend mana on that turn.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, if your opponent is sending desperate lava darts onto your creatures and you still have also like a free spell in the grave that can prevent any damage, I think it was very, very hard to lose from that point.
I don't know, maybe it sounds like an easy decision, but I think it was at least this I could see why you would think about it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, it's lethal either way. That's also the crazy thing about it.
Okay, so we're 1-1, and red is now again on the play. So that's, of course, very important. And yeah, last time we've seen that Sasha didn't really have the aggressive start, right? Of course, there was the Tomb Raider turn 1 into an empty board. But after that, not too much happened.
Yeah, and especially he was lacking creatures. Like, he had a lot of burn spells to fight over the board, but that played also unfortunate into Clemo's Strand's hand. Yeah, but I think Mono Red needs to do like a good 8 damage in the first 3 turns. And then Sasha has great tools to finish the game, unless Clemo gains 15 life off a Martyr of Sand.
I would also say that in this game, I think the pingers are like just crazy. And if you can deploy them on turn 2, then, I mean, even like the Thermo Alchemist that can guaranteed do a damage each turn. Also probably huge in the long run. I'm just not so sure if your odds of winning are better by just slamming like Tomb Raider, or by deploying a pinger and like sending lava darts onto single creatures or face even.
I mean, it really depends on the board state. And I think the big issue is that you never know whether the white deck works with 20 life or with 30 plus life, because that shapes a lot of your decisions. So you have to kind of guess or gamble on that. But then I would say you should not overcommit to the board, but you should just squeeze as much damage out of the board as possible.
Here we see Sasha on a mulligan. This is a one lander, and he decides to also send it away. There's now mulligan to 5, which is of course very unfortunate. I think Claymore kept 7, not so sure. But especially in this matchup where we have seen that every card counts, and that White Weenie can, if they develop enough, easily 2-for-1 the spells of the red player. Yeah, I think you're fighting an uphill battle a little bit, but the God hand can still happen, of course.
And I think one problem might be that Sasha maybe has not played against Prismatic Strands too many times before. At least he was looking at the card when Clemo first played it. And playing against it, you kind of really need to pick the right spots, and that's not so intuitive in a lot of cases.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, so Sasha keeps, I think, a pretty good hand in this spot. He has 2 pingers in hand right now, one Alchemist and one Flame Breather, and I think he's now trying the route. I mean, he's forced basically to try the route of pinging Clemo slowly out of the game, because the explosiveness is already kind of stopped. Like, there's a Raffine's Informant, there's a Inspector on the field, so I think the game plan of just overwhelming your opponent on the board is already done. So you're now faced with, hey, let's deploy my pingers. Let's try to get the most value out of them that I can. And this is also what you can see here. I think he has a draw spell in hand, and he doesn't fire it off right now to find another land.
Yeah, and I agree. That's getting down the damage first and then draw. Makes a lot of sense.
So Clemo full hand.
I'm looking forward to this and the festivities. I wonder if Sasha can squeeze any value out of it.
I mean, currently the board doesn't look like it at all, of course, but yeah, I think now you have to fire off the draw spell just to find more gas, and of course a land drop. No land drop, but at least 2 spells.
I think that's okay.
Yeah, 2 spells to play next turn. That's like totally fine, I would also say.
And some of the best spells possible, unless Claymore has Matter of Sense, which he has. Shit.
And Squadron Hawk and Prismatic Strands Engrave.
How did he get the strands? With the
Informant. Yeah. So I think Clemo is feeling really good right now. Of course, the pingers are plenty annoying. But I think I also saw a Shokomok in his hand, so he can, like, the aggression already started with the Raffine's Informant being able to attack basically unchecked. And if the Shokomok should even hit the board, Or like you probably play the Martyr of Sands if you have it, because then you're like getting safely out of range, and then deploy the Shokomok and then just swing in every turn. And I think that's already quite a good plan right now, right?
I mean, it doesn't get much better than 6 white cards in hand.
Yeah, Sasha,
Oh
please,
man,
Sasha,
no,
take
Sasha
your
gets to
time
read
reading
this.
that card. Take
Oh
your time.
no. I would call a judge when I read this. This is so unreal. Like,
yeah, it is.
Like this just can't be. Like, these words can't be on a printed common.
And you know, Sasha's trying his best right now, so he's pinging away, hopefully drawing a land. No land.
He has the best cards, but I think with the Mator it just doesn't matter anymore. Otherwise, I would be interested to see now. Let's just the 2 burn space he has an exile represent like 11 damage already. I don't know. Maybe he can fight through the whole Martyr.
Yeah, maybe.
18
I mean,
extra life though.
Clemo's gonna crack it for sure this turn. Just so he can free up his mana, probably. And he doesn't have to like keep it open all the time. There's also an argument, I think the Shokomok costs 3 mana, so in theory you could also just leave it open and slam the Shokomok and even swing in with the Martyr of Sands. Because as long as you keep open 1, you're not really risking it. But of course, you want to play your white cards out of your hand. So better to now show the hand, gain as much life as you can possibly get, and then just play to the board fully.
Okay, so 1 planes, which is actually good news for Clemo. Only 15 life gained here.
Yeah, horrible, right?
Back to 31.
That's really rough. Let's see if the pingers can offset that damage, basically, because it's not impossible, right?
Yes, like Sasha has a great hand, but he's also under severe pressure.
I think this you even. I mean, he's sending it face, but to force the prismatic strands, you could have also sent it to the Raffine's informant.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would have probably targeted the Raffine's informant because with this hand, you need time. Or like with this game plan of pinging, you need time. And the Raffine's informant.
Sasha has not seen the pump spell, so maybe they're calculating with 5 damage a turn.
No, he has seen the Shokomok because it was revealed with the Martyr of Sands.
Makes sense.
So I think he knows what's coming. But maybe he knows what's coming, so he thinks it the other way around. He's like, I have to send this phase now because there's no way I will survive anyway, even with the Raffine's informant gone. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, because that's so much damage. Like you have to essentially kill the Shokomok probably to have any shot. Would you kill it? Like, would you? There's the strands in grave. If you have 2 removals, would you now try to kill it?
I mean, it's just generally tough to sculpt something here on 8 life.
And it's even worse that he doesn't even have the 2 burn spells. He only has Chain Lightning.
Yeah, and then again, if it works out, your burn spells did 4 damage by the pinging, then you spend your whole turn and you're probably still almost dead. Maybe you survive 1 more turn, but you still have to do 22 damage. I don't know.
This looks really rough. And the Shokomok is doing crazy work right now. Yeah, and it's so funny because
Emo has Pledge in hand, no?
there's at least a Skyfisher, so next turn he can like even Skyfisher back the Shokomok for a double pump. But that's not even necessary at this point. You're at 22 life. Your opponent is stuck on 2 lands without Metalcraft. So of course you wanna close this game as soon as possible, like that's no doubt, right? But
you have to jump the Rafines and the Choco, and then also block one of the inspectors. So it's devastating either way.
the Anti-Festivities next turn can get rid of the flyers. Which is the only damage that is unblockable right now, essentially. But Clemo still has the Skyfisher in hand. So there's also the probability of just playing that out, getting back the Shokomok, and passing turn. Okay. And here we have a Gulf Blast and an Anti-Festivity, so he could clear the flyers, but that is still too many creatures on the board right now.
Yeah, this board state is and was for a long time beyond my... I'm thinking about what wins here for Mono Red. It's... Mono White is like a turn or two slower. It's the only edge that Mono Red has, but as soon as this advantage is mitigated, then just one life gain swing just puts White Weenie completely over the top, and like a half of his strands was also enough this game, just countering one bolt for free. Especially when Red is on a Mal 2/5.
Yeah, Mal 2/5, being forced to keep a pinger hand, so a naturally slower hand that can... Yeah, in Martyr for 15 life, I mean, Clemo would now be on 6. That's a different story, you know.
But then again, it's on that level, it was also pretty close. I think game 2, Sasha almost had it, right?
I don't remember anymore. But yeah, it was definitely, I guess, closer than you would expect from this matchup, maybe. Yeah, but that's it. Clemo wins.
Clemo, yeah.
5-0.
Nice. Congratulations. And also congratulations for moving into the top 8. Or I think he was there last iteration as well, but yeah, just over the last game days, really getting there.
Yes.
From Clemo. And Sasha is also pretty close, no?
Sasha is also a top contender right now. He's currently placed rank number 4. Only 3 points behind Clemo. And there's even... Oh no, yeah. His worst game day for Sasha right now is with 6 points. So 2 wins. And with the performance that he has shown today, I think if he manages to make the time to come to the last stage, he's probably be able to beat that. So I think they're both...
and 3 more points.
Yeah.
Should put him comfortably.
Yeah, what a game. And Clemo, of course, like, he brought White Weenies to get on. He... So it's only fair that he crushes the locals too with this menace of a deck.
You could see that he played with great, how you say, fierceness.
Yeah, and patience. Like,
yeah,
I think that's very valuable. That kind of deck, like knowing when your pieces should do what. Not playing the Lunak veteran turn 1, you know. I would have played that. And then it would have gotten lava darted, and I would have been very sad. So GG, yeah.
GG's, well played. And with that, what do we have left, Moritz?
I mean, there's the usual stuff, meta share, blah blah. There's in theory, the top 8, we could say, like what decks they played. Just to get a vibe check of what the local meta has evolved to. Because I think it's relatively burn heavy, but it's also quite diverse. And almost entirely aggro.
Yes, and almost entirely combat again.
So I can read it out loud. Like Clemo won, of course, 5-0 with mono white, white Weenie. Then Kilian, also undefeated, 5-0 on mono blue Fae, also a beast. Then, of course, Sasha 4-1 with mono red Synth. Then Richard 4-1 with Core Gates. I think this is in the top 8 the slowest deck, probably. Then me with 4-1 on Radness. Then Max with mono red Pingers. Jonas on Waltz combo, traditional Waltz combo. He's been performing quite well across multiple stages now, no? With Waltz.
I've seen Walls up there, but I haven't met Jonas yet, so I can't sort the name.
I just know that from casting, the last time, we haven't cast any of his games yet, which I'm really sad about because it's Waltz combo. Like, what can you not love about it? But last stage, he also went 4-0-1 undefeated with Waltz combo. So, yeah, also quite a contender. Where is he? He's standing right now. He hasn't attended so many game days. Okay. Yeah, but then, and the last in the top 8, Felix with mono white heroic.
Yeah, I think the meta kind of shifted back to where we started in the first league. Like in the beginning, everything was fair creature decks, and then things changed. And in the second season, everything started with combo and wonky draw 1 million. And now we moved back to mono white, mono red, and mono blue.
And honestly, I still think that. And my meta call would have been actually to play Gardens. And I think it wouldn't even be such a bad meta call.
I mean, you can see that there is Pestilence on 12 and Junt on 10. So these two decks kind of go into that direction. But then again, like all the Gardens style decks, all the Junts, all the Affinities, plus all the Terror decks, that should also be decently positioned against the top 8. Fell off on 3-2 records or worse.
Yeah, I've also seen Luca that we had in stream. Also, I think it's not only him, then also Mark on Junt. Mark assembled 2 draws. Luca with Golgari Gardens made it up to 3 draws. So I think that's also a thing not to be neglected, right? Like as soon as you have a draw, you go into draw bracket, then I think you will not face something like mono white heroic or blue fairies.
Yes, this, and I think also on a 5 matches game day with a just strict clock. I don't know. I think it comes maybe unexpected to some players. Yeah, what it takes to finish 3 games in this time.
Yeah.
And also if you decide for decks like Gardens and stuff, you either have to be lucky and always go 2-0 or 1-0. But if you want to finish 3 games, you kind of have to practice this. You have to practice games or matches on a timer, because otherwise on the game day, just every second match will be a overtime at least or a draw. And of course, you don't have that problem if you play mono white, mono blue, or mono red.
Yeah, that's. Oh yeah, so people bring your. If you're really good in I guess pure control, then you have a shot at top 8, I would say.
If you do your homework.
If you do your homework, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of time to practice now over the Christmas break. So
that's true, and I'm looking forward to what's gonna come up in the top 8, or in general, like on the meta share on the last game day.
Yeah.
I've heard it's already sold out.
Yeah, so we cannot even do the whole thing. Like, we cannot even do the, hey, if you're in the area, come around. No, because it's already, we're already fully booked with 64 people. So I guess just subscribe to this channel and look forward to the final game day, you know?
And look forward to the finals.
That will also be great. And there will be probably like a separate announcement on our social channels. So, it's always worth checking that out because in the end we're playing for Pauper Get on buys here, right?
And for all the glory.
The glory, of course. Any final words, Phil?
Even more importantly. No, besides all the glories, be well, get better, everyone. Courier your flus and such. And have a great Christmas time.
Yes. Enjoy the Christmas break, everybody. And until next time. Bye-bye.